Yeah, well, that went completely wrong, didn't it? God damn it. One day I'll get the hang of this software. I don't know. I don't know. Why is the desk wobbling? Because I've got a camera on a dingly-dangly extendy arm thing, and it's probably because I'm typing, so it makes the camera wobble. Hey everyone, it's Foxx from Model Making Guru here. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Have I pressed all the right buttons? What have I done wrong? I've done something wrong. We have Enormous Coffee. We have Spess Maureen's. We have chat. We have... Yeah, we have that. I'm just going to carefully put that back in. Still there, still a wound. We have the live stream. Yes, yes. Is everything alright? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is everything okay? Because it's all gone wrong already. I was trying to be clever, pressed all the wrong buttons, and it all went to pot. Yeah, it's because I was trying to do the edit screen with two different screens at once and transitions, and it... I don't know. Hey everyone, Foxx from Model Making Guru here. Hello, welcome to another Warhammer Sunday. Nearly said Sunday Warhammer then. Shall I just stop now? Shall I just go home now? Welcome to another Warhammer Sunday. Now first off, if you can hear a noise in the background, hopefully it's quiet. I've got the fan on because it's super warm. If it's annoying, I'll let you listen to it. Hang on, here it is. There's also a jet plane going past, which doesn't help. That's a jet plane. Let's do that again in a minute. Okay, fine. Move the microphone around a bit. Yes, I've got the fan on today, so if it does get annoying with the noise in the background, let me know and I'll turn it off and I'll just sweat for your entertainment. I don't mind. So welcome to another Warhammer Sunday. I'll stop waffling now. If you've not been to one of these before, we've had a few new subscribers before the show actually fully went live, so welcome. Thank you for subscribing. If you've not seen one of these before, this is my weekend Warhammer times. During the week, I do normal modelling stuff. At the moment, I'm working on the Master Grade Strike Rouge Uatori Gundam. And during the weekend, I do my Warhammer stuff. And I am currently building my Warhammer army, which is, you know what it is. It's the unending forces of the Holy Contrivance. Yes, it's an entire Warhammer army, themed, or based colour-wise, on the Principality of Zeon from Mobile Suit Gundam. So all the dudes are going to have colour schemes. Maybe not directly copied, but very words. I can't think of the word. Very similar, or inspired by the Principality of Zeon. So, and last week I started work on a pack of the Space Marine Primaris Intercessors. And that's what I'm going to carry on with this week. We're going to crack on with those, get them all glued together. Didn't get far last week, but I got that much done. That's not bad for me. I normally don't get much done in this. So this is my Sunday live stream. If you've not seen one before, I basically sit and work on my army. And I figured I may as well have you guys along to join in the chat, hang out, and all just be cool and have a good time. Rather than just sit here listening to music and working on my own and having no one to talk to, I'd hang out with you guys. Probably go on for usually 2 or 3 hours. There is a live chat. I'm pointing to it on this iPad here, but I don't know why. It's also here, you can see it on the screen. If you are watching somewhere where you can't access the live chat, so say you're watching this from the Facebook page, or from the Boom Hut, or from the Discord chat, or from my Patreon page. If you're watching from the Patreon page, there's a link at the bottom of the post about this thing you can click on. If you're watching anywhere else, click on the little YouTube icon in the bottom right hand corner down here somewhere. And that will take you to the YouTube page where you can see the live chat and you can join in. Apart from, I think, some mobile platforms where it may not have the chat. But if you can join in, do join in, because we've got giveaways from last week. We've got stickers to give away. Yes! And thanks to Tony Blackwell, my one of my lovely followers, we have a whole stash of kits to give away. And I've introduced something new. I shall show you very briefly. It is... Bam, 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 bam! It is the spinning wheel of happiness, or giveaways, or whatever I've called it. I can't remember now. I think it's called the wheel of giveaways, something like that. So we're going to use that to choose what we give away. So I do need to get my stickers out ready, because I forgot, because I always forget. So if you can, join in the chat, however you can. Please do. It's a really good laugh. We all have a good time. Everybody in chat is really awesome and super awesome. And we'll have a good laugh. It's just like going out for a bit of a sesh in the pub on a Sunday afternoon, sitting in the beer garden with your mates, having a good chat. We've just not got the beer. I've got the enormous coffees, which, hang on, there's one person in particular I have to do this for. Wait. Excellent coffee. Now, of course, I need the tissue of absorbing, because my moustache on my manly beard absorbs about half of that. So let me just soak that up. So we're going to hang out. A couple of things that we go on. We do also, you may have noticed up here, if you've seen it before, you know, most of you know what this is, but for new people, this thing here, this is my health bar. We are doing a boss battle. It's an ongoing boss battle. It's been going for about 3 weeks now. It's a stream boss battle, and what happens is I am the stream boss, model making guru, that's me. Hello. I start off with 100,000 health, and you guys have to knock my health down. And when my health gets to 0, the person that knocked me down to 0 will win a Warhammer or Gunpla kit of their choice. And I mean anything. We kind of originally limited it to Warhammer kits, so if you're into Warhammer, that's cool. But if it's not Warhammer you're after, we can talk about other things. But essentially, it's you win a Warhammer kit of your choice, and that's anything from that you would get from walking into a Warhammer store, anything you would get from their website, even web exclusive stuff. The only thing it excludes is Forge World, because there's too many issues with Forge World kits that we don't want to get into. And it can be anything. It can be a single figure, it can be a squad of 10, it can be the entire box set, like the whatever the mod. I keep forgetting what it's called, the new version of the Dark Imperium. It could be the thing with 2 knights, it could be a knight cast down, it could be whatever you want. If you get me down to 0 health, you become the stream boss, and you win a kit of your choice. And then, when somebody gets your health down to 0, they become the stream boss, and I will buy them a kit of their choice. And of course, I'm buying the kit for them, and I'm sending it to them free of charge. All the money raised through the stream boss thing goes towards buying the prizes. How do you get my health down? Dead simple. You can either, when somebody subscribes to the channel during the live stream, it takes a little bit of my health off. If someone does a super chat by hitting the little super chat icon there on the chat window, it puts your question up in a big blue board, purple coloured box, so I can see it better. And it also takes a little bit of my health off. Or you can, if you wish to, just put a little tip through the tip jar, which is down here, which is streamlabs.com/model making guru. They do card or PayPal. A tip will also take a little bit of my health off. And that's how it works. And then gradually, my health goes down. So if you want to be in line to win a kit of your choice, we did originally say Warhammer. I'm open to other offers. Just keep playing. We'll get there. It's been going about 3 weeks, and I'm down to, what am I down to? I can't see, because I can't see the actual number. Where is it? 68,247 out of 100,000. Now, it only happens during the live stream, so it doesn't take account of anything else during the outside the live stream. So there you go. So, what is the plan? Well, we will get some work started. But first, I'll have a quick whiz through the chat and say hello to everybody, see who we've got. As always, because I start this thing rolling about 15 minutes early. We've had loads of chat going on. We have Nim Cinderin was the first one in. First one in, Nim, you said, I'm our first one here. Yes, you are. Well done. You win an internet. Pascal Liaverse, welcome. He says, maybe. Welcome. I've not seen you in here before. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. No. Frankie Goes to Hobbywood is in. Welcome, Frankie. We have Model Making Guru. Don't know who that is. Mickle Pickle's in. Best name on the internet, Mickle Pickle. We have, I'm sure there's more people. Nate Bliss is in. Welcome, Nate. Mark Scale Models. Hi, warm enough for you, says Mark Scale Models. Yes, it's very hot and sweaty. Jacob Rays is in. Hang on, I'll do another slurp for him. A little one this time. Jacob says, hello everyone, no school tomorrow because of the storm in the Philippines, so boo that there's a big storm, but yay, day off school, hoorah. Wayne Larson's in. Hi Wayne. Mike Hornsey, James Lorimore, who got some good news. James is going to soon take ownership of his real grade Tall Geese kit. Kick ass. Do it good, do it slow, take your time, have fun with it, and post up in the boom hut. Tony Blackwell's in. Welcome, Tony. Yay, I didn't sleep through half of it this time. Yay, I should hope not. We're giving some of your prizes away later. Chris the Pyro's in. Hi, Chris. Sean Lloyd. A random Moose is in, but I can't see his comment, but I know he's in because I said Canada. Where has he gone? A random Moose said, what is good? And I said, Canada, and also kebabs. How's the sound this week, by the way? I've been tinkering around with the sound and the video. Even though I'm streaming at 1080p, for some reason it seems a bit blotchy every now and then. I'm sure I've not got a light on somewhere. It feels like I haven't, but I have. It seems a bit blotchy when you watch it back, so apologize. I've increased the bit rate, so it should be good. But let me know if the sound's okay. I did tinker with the microphone. The week before last show was very crappy and clippy, and there was overloading of the microphone, and I had to go and sort it out in the back end. So that should be fine again now, so let me know. Aviad Madar is in. He had a question to the Hive Mind. He's got a bunch of Death Guard minis. Can't decide if he's going to go with the green or the older Legion Bone Sand style. A few suggestions have come through. I suggested pink with Hello Kitty decals. By the way, if you are in chat and you want to ask me a question, or even if you're not in chat and you want to ask me a question, I 100% depend on you guys to tell me where my phone is. I 100% depend on you guys to give me stuff to talk about. Because if I don't get stuff to talk about, this will be 3 hours of me taking off nubs and you'll be bored. So, if you want to ask me a question, for the love of God do. You can ask me about anything. It doesn't have to be about Warhammer or making models or anything. If you're in the chat, just put your question in big, fat, capital letters. The whole thing in capital letters so I can see it a bit better. Because you'll see later on the chat does move super fast and I'll miss a lot because I'll be looking down here. You can do a super chat, like I said before. That will put your question in a big box. It'll also ping a notification up on my screen that you've done one, so I'll be able to know you've sent one. If you're not in the chat and you can't get into the chat, you can send me an email. I'll put my email address up for you. It is... My email address is modelmakingguru@gmail.com. If you want to send me an email with a question, you can do. And also, we have some sticker giveaways later on. And what we do is I ask a question, you guys answer, and whoever gets there first wins. If you've got a question answer that I can use to give stickers away, we've got some from last week. I've still got held back from last week. But if you send me a question and an answer, so question and answer, and I use that question, I read that question out as part of the giveaways, so you know your question and then wait for him to get the answer, I'll send you a sticker as well. So if you've got a question and answer that you want me to use during the giveaway section, just send me an email with your name, your address to send the sticker, your question, and what the answer is. I've got a few from last week, so it might not do it this week, but I'll keep them in a big list. Wayne Lawson says, welcome Wayne. Wow, welcome, words. Hopefully by the end of the live stream I will have my Galaxy Quest Protector marked off. Cool. I kind of never decided if I liked the Protector or not. I kind of liked it and then I didn't, then I did, then I didn't. I don't know. A few more questions because I screwed up the music. Earthquake at Fox's house? No, it's if I touch... There's this desk, and then there's the computer desk with the computer on. And if I touch the computer desk and type, I get that. Yeah, because I've got an angle poise lamp off which the camera here is attached. Hand on heart, says Mike Hardy. James Chapman, hey Fox, did you get my email the other day about model making guru sticker? Probably send it again if you need to. I got quite a few stickers. I've not sent out any stickers and stuff from last week yet. I tend to bulk them up until I need to go to the post office once or twice a month. So I tend to pile them up and then send them all out in one go. Coffee for Nim, all the slurps, says Spid. Hey Spid. Spid is in. Spid ate his crispy crickets. He quite enjoyed them. If you've not seen that, go to Spid's channel, which is SpidiQ8, SPIDIQ8, on the YouTubes. I sent him some of my crispy crickets that Wayne sent to me, and they're very nice. Pascal Lievers says, ah well, always hanging in the Discord sofa. Yeah, come and watch it on YouTube, dude. Lee Gallop's in. What up, Fox? Nothing is up, apart from temperature at the moment. Who else have we got in? Earl D is in. We'll be posting pics of the finished Barbatos later. Just got to clear. Cool. Barbados. James Larimore, who's your favourite Hello Kitty character? I have no idea. I just like Hello Kitty because it's funny. Putting Hello Kitty stuff on manly, hardcore death soldiers is kind of funny. Richard Gibbs, welcome Richard. Are you going to add to the scrape? Get off. Spid says, are you going to add the scrape down the side of the Galaxy Quest ship from leaving dock? I did. They were munchalicious. Oh, he did, and eat the crickets. And he says the crickets were munchalicious. I don't have any crickets left, I'm afraid, so I can't eat any on this stream. There's no bizarre foods on this stream this week. But never mind. So, what are we up to today? Well, as I said, we're carrying on with the Primaris Space Marines, or the Primarch Space Marines, as I keep calling them, Matalan Space Marines. The Intercessors. I got all the torsos and legs and stuff done last week. So today will be accessorizing for the summer season. Accessorizing your Space Marines for the summer season. And also doing some weapons and arms and things. I think I can probably, for most of these, glue the weapons in place prior to painting, because these should be fairly easily paintable. The weapons seem to be not directly across the chest. If I can't, I'll just leave them off and I'll tape them to the bases until they're painted. But for some of them, where they've got their arms spread out, I can do the gluey. Right, so I need to recap with myself what I was doing with these Space Marines. Space Marines. Moustache tissue. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. Coffee. So, let's have a look and see. I need my space helmet so I can see. Ugh. So we got lots of torsos and legs and things done last week. Spid says, I discovered for an episode of Begin Japanology that Hello Kitty is simply called Kitty in Japan. I'm not sure why I found that interesting, but I did. Yeah, it's weird that, because Hello Kitty is just a very Japanese name with the hello on the front. Right, so there's me. I caught a fish. It was this big. He's got his arms out like that. I've got your email, James. Thank you, your sticker request. I've probably got 2 now. So I did my sergeant. So he's the sergeant. I'll write on these with words so I know who's what. Sharpie pen. Things are collapsing or falling over. It's not cool. Let me put it there again. Stay. Stay. Hey Chris. Chris from Gross Models is in. Right, so he's the sergeant. Sarge. I can't actually read that. I've just written it and I can't read it. Brilliant. Oh well, never mind. It's hard to write on a tiny thing. Let me go read what I've missed, says Chris. Just me screwing up the fades and mixes and transitions again at the start. It all went wrong. But all my lights were on and my microphone was on, so bonus. Let's have a look. So, we did the sergeant. We gave him his weapons and arms. So now we have to do, what it was basically saying in the thing was, Tutti i modelli dell'unità possono solesture fucile requiem all'unità. That's Italian, I can't read that. Hang on. Sigh. All models in the unit may replace their bolt rifle with an auto bolt rifle or a stalker bolt rifle. I don't know the difference, I'm sure I'll find out. For every 5 models in the unit, 1 may take an auxiliary grenade launcher, so I can have 2 guys with an auxiliary grenade launcher. And the intercessor sergeant may take a power sword. Yeah, a bit late for that now, never mind. So I can have 2 grenade launchers. Actually wrote it down. 2 auxiliary grenade launchers, and all can have the auto or the stalker. Hang on, where are we? Manuel Rodriguez says, Hey Fox, I'm glad I ran into your tutorial videos. I was able to get Starship Filth 502, gives great effect to the subframe. Your tips and tricks work flawless. Thank you, keep up the awesome work. Thank you very much, Manuel. I'm sticking to everything, it's hot and sweaty. Thank you very much. Has anyone else tried to wipe that black dot on Fox's cutting mat off the screen 4 times? Yes. A couple of years ago, I'm filming, when I normally film my videos, I film on my old iPhone 5S. Before I had that, I had my old iPhone 5. And the reason I changed it to I got an iPhone 5S is because the lens on my iPhone 5 camera developed a tiny microscopic chip that you could barely see. But when I filmed, there was this little bleb in the middle of the screen, just off the middle a little bit. And it was there, and I didn't notice it for ages until some guy said, I've just spent half an hour trying to wipe this mark off my screen until I realised it's actually in your video. It drove people nuts, so I had to get myself a new phone and everything. Lots of people think that's the real reason it's there. It's there so I know roughly where the centre of the screen is, basically. But I kind of look at it on screen now, and it is kind of quite annoying. Turn the email address off. There you go. So yes, we'll do all the giveaways. We've got the giveaway for the pot noodles. We've got the winners to announce for the pot noodle giveaway today. If you remember last week, I was giving away a couple of pot noodle mugs, so we'll do those later when we do all the giveaways. There's a YouTuber I've seen comment on some videos whose avatar is a fine line that looks just like a hair. I've tried wiping it off every time I see it. Why would you have an avatar of a line? Tony Blackwell, mutter, mutter, mutter. Trust a friend to phone me right at 3 o'clock. Just tell him you're busy, dude. Tell him you've got serious business going on. I can't talk now, mate. I'm involved in serious business. Serious business. Possibly even bidness. Right, so... head times. Do we give him a helmet head or a not helmet head? I think we'll give him a helmet head because I can't be doing painting more faces. Let's have a look at the faces there. They're all kind of... I might give the sergeant a face. I think. Maybe. I might, just so he stands out. Because he's hardcore and badass. So, maybe I should give him a head. Those are all helmets, I think. Yeah, there's only a few anyway. There's only about 2 or 3 different heads anyway. I don't know. I should... He's got some scars, and there's no way I'll be able to paint those scars because I suck at that kind of tiny detail. Yeah, we'll give him a helmet. Let's give him a helmet with a skull on it. There you go, that'll do. Decision made. Premium search, phone soon. Problem solved. So, going to use these. Now I'm using my god hands again this time because some of these small parts have really small, like, gates, so I don't mind using the god hands on these. Oh, actually, there's a couple of other heads there. I don't know. Should I use... No, I want to keep my painting down if I can. Excuse me. We shall use the helmet heads. Let's have a look. Martineer, hey, welcome Martineer. I'm really interested in Youngblood, but I don't have exposure, so what are the levels of skill of the competition? Does anybody... I don't know what Youngblood is. Can somebody help me out on that one? Perhaps that's the thing, a Tinder profile that makes people swipe right. I don't know what that means either. Never mind. Important board meeting, online conference. That's what you need to say, Tony. Yep. Serious business. Serious business. Can't talk. I'm walking the parapet or something. I don't know. Something that sounds awesome. Now, what we like for seam lines on these helmets? Not bad. Not bad. I wish there weren't seam lines on helmets, but what can you do? What can you do? So how is everyone anyway? What are you all working on at the moment? I'm sure it's going to be exactly the same as what you were working on last week. But it's a nice question to ask. I think I've missed some of the conversation here because I keep seeing replies to things like non sequiturs and I've got no idea what the theme of the conversation is. Wayne Larson's creating one, but I don't know what because I didn't see the first half of the conversation. Okay, so Jordan Nash is actually working on homework. Good lad. What kind of homework? Can we help you? If it's maths, don't answer that question because that will make me run away. But if it's not maths, can we help you with it? Use the internet hive mind available to you in the chat to totally cheat at your homework. I have no problem with this. I have no problem advising this. We'll help you out. Richard Gibbs is working on... Welcome, Richard. Is working on Striker GNX. Nice. Is that master grade or high grade or what is it? Lego Saturn 5 says gross models. Yes, that thing's going to be huge. Is that just a preamble to get to your actual Saturn 5 model of bigness? It's web design, says Jordan Nash. Oh, okay. Okay. I missed the first half of the conversation. Same as last week, my Titan, says Nim Cinderin. I've been a bit of a funk lately, so I'm taking it slow. By Titan, do you mean like an Imperial Knight, or do you mean like a Forge World Warhound Titan, or... Remind me, because I've forgotten. I've got the worst memory in the world. You need to remember that. Tony Blackwell is building a Corvette Roadster by MPC. Detailed engine, but the interior is rubbish. Yes, welcome to old MPC kits. Put a bit of work in there and they can look pretty cool. Okay, so we have a head. If I put his head at a jaunty angle like that you guys can't see, he kind of looks like he's dancing. It's kind of cool. I shall get my glue. Now I have here from Mike Mountain, who will be joining us later, I think. Mike Mountain and Dave Weiser and Gumbark will be in later. He made me this. I don't know if you saw the video I put up. He made me this glue holder. Look at that. It's beautiful. And he gave me these glues. I've got Tamiya Extra Thin, Tamiya thick, and I've got the fast setting Tamiya extra thin. Mike's lovely. I love Mike. Everybody loves Mike because Mike's called Dad. Everybody calls Mike Dad because he is just everybody's dad. He looks after everybody. He's like the biggest mother hen because he loves everybody and he looks after everybody. Right, let's just check the instructions to make sure I'm not doing some dumbass thing wrong. No, that's fine. So Mike, I'm christening the glue you sent me. Thank you ever so much. I didn't spill it. If you watched, I think it was either last Sunday's stream or the stream on Tuesday when I started on the Gunpla. Yeah, I spilled glue. There was glue spillage. It did occur. That's his head on. If you're wondering what glue I'm using Tamiya Extra Thin. It's one of my favourite cements for plastic. It's a welding cement, so it actually melts the plastic together and welds it together and gives it a really, really strong bond. I've also got, he did send me, this is the same stuff, but this is the quick setting, so it flashes off and sets really, really fast. So if you need something to glue quickly, I've not had a chance to use it yet, but it should be awesome. Note how as well, if you can see, I've bored out the barrels for the guns and didn't screw it up. Put it in the middle. And I dropped it. Brilliant. His head didn't come off. Woo! Right, so that's him. I think he's, apart from some accessories, I think he's done. Oh, hang on, no, I've got to add. I've got to add to his bolt rifle. So we can give him a regular bolt rifle, a stalker bolt rifle with a bigger scope, I assume it's a higher scope, or we can give him an auto bolt rifle with a big magazine for the ammos. So chat, do I want to give him a kick-ass scope for a stalker bolt rifle, or do I want to give him proper Arnie style big magazine so he can do 10 million, I don't know what the difference is, but it's probably more damage or something. Do I want to give him an auto bolt rifle with a big magazine off the side so he can kind of go, get to the chopper? This is the sergeant room. So do I give him a stalker bolt rifle with a scope on it, or the auto bolt rifle with hardcore kick-ass bullet bucket on it? I'll give it a second to come through. Where are we? Mickle Pickle's working on a Zeta Plus. Richard Gibbs says the strike is an HG 144. Sweet. Chris is working on both his big plastic model kit of the Saturn 5, I think then, and the Lego. No, you didn't, Fox. My homework is in web design. Yeah, I can do web design as long as it's point and click and you're using like Weebly. I can tell you. Other than that, no idea. Sean Lord is working on a 1,000 point Moonclan grot list for his next painting project. Cool. Is that 40k or is that Age of Sigmar? Mike's the best, says Tony Blackwell. My kids took my everlasting gobstoppers. I am sad, says James Lorimore. They weren't everlasting then, were they? Richard Gibbs was looking at the Mark II Titan the other day. You're liking it. If it's the perfect grade, it's really nice. I think that's the Mark II Titan, isn't it? You can never be too old for Lego, says James Chapman. Absolutely correct. Miskatonic University podcast, or Dan as we like to call him, says, is that glue holder made of styrene card? Yeah, Mike's made loads of them for everybody. It's just literally styrene card stuck together, but it's beautifully done. It's wonderfully done. It's nice and clean. I was going to paint it, but I actually quite like the sort of executive look of the white one. Now mine's the executive one because it's got the brush holders and the two holders on the end for the set and sole. And he also sent me, which was a test product, was this thing. So that when I've washed my brushes out, and I don't have to, if I've not got a plastic cap on the end, I've washed the brush out, I can put it in there and let the brush dry out so all the water can drip out, so it doesn't end up with a knackered bristles. Because normally I have to clamp these to something and hold them up. So yeah, so maybe that as well, and it works perfectly. So that was a test piece, that one. That's what else are we doing? I'm just going to move this out of the way so it's not in front of the chat. Let's have a look. So what are we saying? Speed Equate is still on the T34/76 and the ATRT. That looks mint, that. Chris says ammo. Chris the Pyro says more Dakar. Interzone 88 says most Dakar. Nim says auto. Give all the bullets. James Chapman and Richard Gibbs say sight or scope rifle. Tony Blackwell, more is always best. James Longmore says Autobots. Big Mag says hold your fire. More ammos, if you shoot enough you will hit. Aiming is for humies, says Sean Lloyd. Dan says he will go with normal. Personally, I'd use the special parts for Figs holding the rifle at the ready. Good point. I don't know how many parts I've actually got. Let's have a look. Because I can have... I've forgotten already, even though I wrote it down. They can all have an auto or a stalker rifle. How many parts do we have for those? We have... There are 10 dudes in the squad. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be typical Games Workshop where they give you almost enough but not quite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 5. 5. 6, 7, 8. Oh, they actually give you 10 of the big mags for all the Decker. They give you... Which is which now? It's not hard to know which is the Stalker and which is the... They give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They might give you enough actually. 6, 7, 8, 9. They actually give you enough so they can be all Stalkers or all big massive Decker rifles. Cool! Nice one, Games Workshop. It's not like when you buy Tempesta Sounds and you say, right, 2 of these guys can have a particular gun, except we're only going to give you 1. Thanks. Awesome. So they can all have Stalker or big mags. Lee Gallup still working on his RG Shinanju even. Do it, big magazine, get to the chopper, says Spid. Clip, says Wayne. I think you're all basically saying ammo. Right, so I think we'll go for the big fat ammo clip. Jeff Long was working on his 160 scale RX-79 resin conversion. Very nice. Jerry's in. Jerry, right home now. I'm back on the chat. Christopher Parham, Amazon is being weird. Recommends like 10 Gundam kits, a stand, and then a beanie hat. I never once looked at beanie hats on Amazon. I am confused. Welcome to Amazon. What will go wrong with putting the brush part up to dry? Oh, if it's a... I don't know if you... When you clean your brush out, and you clean it with brush soap and you get everything else in, you want to get the paint out. If you get paint in the ferrule here, between... You see how that's a little bit... I don't know if it'll see on camera because it's not on shot. Idiot. You see how... You might not see, but on this brush there's like... It's white, but there's like a dark bit towards the ferrule where the brush bit ends. Paint can get in there, and when paint gets between your bristles, it dries and it pushes them all apart, and that's why you get brushes that splay out. This is a microset brush, so I'm not too fussed. Paint gets in the ferrule and it crusts up and it dries out. When you've washed and cleaned your brush, especially if you use brush soap, if you store it like this, all the water that's left in the bristles between there will just disappear into the ferrule, and any paint particles that are left will solid up, they'll clunk up, and they will eventually start to push your bristles apart. If you clean your brush out and put it like that to dry out, all the water runs down to the tip, and any bits of paint and little particles of paint and stuff in there will be at the very tip, and then as soon as you start using the brush again, next time you use it, you'll dislodge all those particles and it'll help keep your brush clean. But you can't put your brush down like that if you haven't got a plastic tube, because you never put your brush down that way unless you've got a plastic tube on the end, and this one hasn't got one. So when it's a dry brush, I've not used it, I can store it like that, but when it's been cleaned, I always store it like that for a day or so, just to let it dry out and let all the water drip out. Drip dry. If you have that many mags, go for the Gusto. Let's have a look. Is there actually a difference between... Does it actually give you a statistical difference? Right, auto bolt rifle, 24-inch range. Now, I don't know what any of these means, so somebody translate these for me. S is 4, AP is 0, and D is 1. I've not actually learned this much about it yet. The Stalker bolt rifle has a range of 36 inches. That's pretty good. Now the bolt rifle is... Oh, if you add the auto bolt rifle magazine, it drops your range down from 30 inches to 24 inches and you lose rapid fire. Okay. So, I shall ask the question again then. Do we go for the bolt rifle with a reduced range... the auto bolt rifle with a reduced range of 6 inches. 6 inches less. Or the Stalker bolt rifle with a 36-inch range. Ooh, decisions. I'm tempted to go half and half, have half Stalker and half auto. Yes, I might go half and half actually. Tony Blackwell, I once got a breast mild vacuum pump recommended to me by Amazon. Wow, I don't even know what your buying history will be. If you leave Brussels bristle up to dry, there is still quite a bit of thin as water in the bristles. They can spread the bristles and soak into the ferrule, loosening them. Lee says Spid. Yep, he's out. He says thank you for that at the end. He said Autobot rifle, right? No. Maybe you could use the pump for drying small parts, Tony. Lol, says Tony. Half and half sounds good. Best of both worlds. Yeah, I'm tempted to go half and half. Give half of them stalkers for the extra range, and half of them auto for the whatever that gives them. It gives them. It gives them -2 AP. I think that means it takes 2 off the armor protection of the person they're shooting because it's a heavy round or something. And the auto bolt gives us... I don't know. I'll give them half and half just to be interesting. Strength, armor, pierce, damage, rapid fires, double shots at half range. So strength. What does strength signify though? I don't know what that is. I've never learned this. What does that mean? Does that mean how much damage it does? Armor, piercing. So that takes 2 off the enemy's armor protection, I guess. If they've got 2 armor and it's an AP2 -2, it means they've got no protection against it. I get it. Damage 1, damage 1. There's all damage 1. I'll figure all that out anyway. Let's go half and half. Connor is awake. He says hi everyone, says Mickle Pickle. Hi Connor. Right. Okay, let's give him a let's give this guy let's give him a the thing is, when I actually play the game eventually and I've got all these dudes with different weapons, how am I going to remember who's got what? I'm going to remember that half of these guys have got one thing and half have got the other. It's going to be very many things for me to learn with my brain of not much use. Let's give him a big fat ammo bin for his big fat gun. Like I said before, in other shows like last week and before, I wasn't using my god hands because the nubs on the big parts were massive. However, these are smaller parts now, so I can quite happily use my god hands, which are brilliant. Strength modifies the to wound chance, so strength versus toughness of the target. Okay, that makes sense. I'll have forgotten all that by the time I first get into a game. Strength modifies the to wound chance. So they're all strength 4. So am I right then that AP -2 means it takes 2 armor protection off the enemy? So if the enemy has 2 armor and I've got a -2 AP weapon, it means they effectively have no armor. Have I got that right? Because if that's the case, I may as well go for all Stalker bolt rifles because they've got AP -2 and they're all 36-inch range. It would seem quite silly to give them ammo bins in that case. Maybe colour code the base so you can glance and see the different types. Ooh, yeah. Fox, all the models in one squad can have one of those types of weapons. If you want more than one type of weapon, you have to have more than one squad. It says... So all the models in the unit may replace their bolt rifle with an auto bolt rifle or a stalker bolt rifle. Okay, so you can't have half and half. They have to all have either, all of them, an auto bolt rifle or a stalker bolt rifle. It's not like you can have 3 guys with one and 7 guys with the other. Okay. Okay, so let's say you have a 2+ save. AP changes that to a +4 save. So that means a 2+ save means somebody has to roll at least a 2 to not be wounded. And if I've got AP -2, they have to roll a 4. Is that right? So if I shoot your guy and your guy's got... Okay, so your guy's got 2+ armor. I shoot him with my -2 AP weapon. That means instead of rolling a 2 or more to save, to not get injured, you have to roll a 4. Is that right? Yes, exactly. Right, brilliant. In that case, we're going to go for all Stalker all the time because it's got massive range and it's got -2 AP. It would seem churlish of me to use the Autobot rifle. It's got Assault 12, but I don't know what that means, so I don't care. Right, let's go for Stalkers. Going for stalkers. Let's do stalkers. Thank you, chat. I'm learning things all the time, which I will no doubt forget instantly. So these will all have, all of them in the world will have stalker bolt rifles. Unfortunately, it means it gives me a load of scopes to paint, but I'll survive. Never mind. Never mind. See, I'm learning things today, thanks to you guys. I'm filling my brain with useful information. You watch, I'll never ever get to play a game. I'll never get around to playing a game ever in my entire life. Oh, what we got? Who was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? Something happened. We have... Oops. Tony Blackwell. Oh, thank you very much. Tony, Games Workshop is too nerdy for me, says Tony. Oh, don't worry, you'll recognise some of the things we're giving away later. Thank you very much, Tony, really appreciate it. You will have taken down my health a little bit, I suspect. What are we on now? We're on 66247 is my health. So there you go. If you didn't join us at the start, don't forget, of course, we are doing the Stream Boss Battle. You can take my health down by doing super chats in the chat. You can subscribe to the channel, which will take my health down. Or you can make a little donation to the tip jar, which is down here, streamlabs.com/modelmakingguru. Tips, super chats, and subscriptions will all take my health down, which is up here. And when my health gets to 0, whoever made that tip or donation or what have you that got me to 0 will win a Warhammer kit of their choice. Or something else, depending. We'll have a chat about that. But initially we're saying Warhammer kit of their choice. And it can be anything. Because the tips and donations of things will actually pay for the kit. So it could be a single figure. It could be a complete, you know, start collecting set. It could be a complete box set with all the rules and books and everything. Jordan Nash says, for the gamers out there, Kingdom Hearts has a release date. Never had an interest in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I can't stand Disney, so probably why I don't like Kingdom Hearts. Well, say your AP is -3 and your save is 2, then it becomes a 5-up save. Okay, I get it. So they have to roll 5 to save. Okay. It kind of makes sense when you think about it the wrong way. I don't do maths, that's the thing, I don't do maths. These people that play this game and they just go blah blah with the dice like that because they know what to do. I wouldn't have a clue. I'd be like, can you give me half an hour to do some maths and then I'll roll my dice? Thanks. The new Fallout seems okay, says James Lorimore. We're gonna. When's the thing at Bethesda? It's tonight. It's here in the UK. It's tomorrow morning at 2:30 in the morning. The Bethesda conference at E3. I've been waiting all week to see that. I want to see what Fallout 76 is like. I also want to see what else they mention. Are they going to reveal Starfield? Will we get to see what Starfield is? Will they reveal a remastered Fallout 3, which will be just absolute moist trouser moments? Are they going to remaster Fallout 3 in the Fallout 4 engine? That will be kick-ass. But are they going to show Starfield? What else are they going to reveal? And how exactly is Fallout 76 going to work as an online game? What exactly are they going to do? Ghost Lyle is in. Pineapple, pineapple, pineapple? I would say pineapple, I think, on that one. Down at Miskatonic University Podcast says, search the tested YouTube videos and look for bits to atoms adding smoke and sounds to toys that use vape pens and electric pump to add smoke to a kit. Kick ass. Is that a subscriber only one? I can't remember. I had to give up my subscription to Tested and Giant Bomb to save money. So I don't get to see all those things. And all their model making ones are all subscriber only, which is a bit annoying. It's frustrating, but I'm not going to complain about it because I'm not a subscriber. I'm so hooked on Inquisitor Martyr, it's not funny, says Sean Lloyd. That's the new Warhammer game, isn't it? I've seen good things about that. It's not my kind of game. But you never know, I might try it. Okay, so this goes, how does this attach a Kate? Let's come away from the stats. Now I have to obviously issue the caveat, and I've said this before in other episodes. I'm a painter and a weatherer. I'm not a builder. So building for me is the boring bit. So this is why it takes me forever to build stuff.
Pika pika.
Oh, Who was that? Nim Cinderin donated £6. Thank you very much, Nim. You're an absolute angel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. You and Tony are both stars. Thank you. Get some glue on there. Give me the stalker rifle. No, that's a public video, says Dan at Miskatonic University Podcast. Cool. In that case, go and watch it. I've said it before, though. Tested. I do love Tested. I love Adam Savage. I love Norm. Sorry, I got to slurp, haven't I? I forgot to slurp. I love Norm, but it's never been the same since Will left. It's not been the same since Will Smith left Tested. It's not. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. I didn't stop subscribing because I didn't like it. I stopped subscribing because I couldn't afford it. And if I could afford it, I'd subscribe again in a heartbeat. But it's just not been the same since Will left. And the podcast, the Tested, this is only a test. I used to listen to it religiously every week. But again, since Will left and Gary Witter's no longer on it, I don't know. It just didn't hold me anymore. Hold me. Right now, I need to add the pauldrons and the accessories. I like to think it doesn't really matter what accessories you stick on these dudes, so I'm just going to stick random stuff on there. Fox, what did you think of EA's presentation at E3? I didn't actually watch it, but I did go to Kotaku and read through what they showed off, and had no interest in any of it, apart from Anthem, which looks interesting, but it kind of looks like Destiny. Looks interesting, but the thing that put me off Anthem was when they were moving around, there was no sound for them walking or jumping about or using their thrusters to fly, and I'm like, I know it's not out yet, but that's a bit weird. And I wasn't that keen on the... I assume that there were two voices, like the person playing, maybe, and the voice of the suit, or was it one of the other characters talking? Because when they first demoed it, they had 3 people playing the game, and they were doing the pretending to talk on voice chat thing. Hey, let's go do this. Brilliant, yes. Oh, you've got a new suit. Yes, it's wonderful. And everybody goes, don't ever do that again because it sucks. Pretending to be people playing the game and having the voice chat. Just don't do that. And I couldn't tell if that was the case here, or if there were games from within the... voices from within the game. So, I don't know, it looks interesting, it looks nice, it looks really nice, but, I don't know, it didn't get me all moist, let's just put it that way. Right, so we need to give this guy a Pauldron, and the Pauldron I shall give him is the one that came off in the box, which is not that. It is that one, with the string and the little Aquila and the skull, because it looks quite cool. And he wants a 75, which is that one. So yeah, it didn't get me, you know, too excited. The thing that did excite me when I first saw that game was the bit set in the sort of hub town where they were talking to people and that big robot walks past, and I can't get the nippers into where these nubs are. That looked mint. But yeah, I mean, EA, I don't know, none of the games really did anything for me, to be honest. They revealed a new Star Wars game, but didn't actually show it. It's like, well done. Well done, way to give gamers blue balls. Sean Law, I thought the Anthem video was a big disappointment. Yeah, it didn't wow me. It was like, okay, so I'm in a big power armor suit and I'm running around and I'm shooting things. Okay, I've done that in Destiny, thank you very much. They have announced it will have loot boxes, lol. Which, after the whole Star Wars Battlefront thing, I'm not bloody surprised. But yeah, it didn't float me. It didn't do anything for me. I was like, oh, it looks nice. Okay. But didn't really do anything. But I really am waiting to see what Bethesda come out with. So I'm really hoping that Fallout 76 is... See, there's a lot of different options they could go, because they've said it's online and multiplayer, and it's like, oh, don't be a battle royale, please don't be a battle royale. There's a lot of different ways they can go. What I'm hoping is It's a regular, standard, normal Fallout game. So you, on your own in the wastelands, doing whatever you need to do, but with the option of other people joining your game, like Borderlands, just online co-op. If it's online co-op, that will be fantastic. But the rumours are that it involves a lot of base building and stuff, and it's like, well, building settlements was fun, but I wouldn't want that to be the main game mechanic because it wasn't that fun. And if it's a case of, like it's like a Rust or DayZ, where you go on, you build your settlement, and then anyone can come along and just steal all your stuff and trash your settlement, yeah, I have no interest in that whatsoever. No, not at all, in any way, shape or form. I don't see how I can get fun from somebody coming and stealing all my stuff and trashing my settlement. That's just not fun at all. This one, go on his arm. Go on his arm. Why you no fit? So some thick cement. So if it's that kind of thing where other people can come in and trash your stuff and steal your stuff, no, I don't want that. If it's like, I suppose if I want to be hope against hope, I'd say I think the best thing they could do with it to get Fallout Online is kind of do the Destiny thing, where you have, this really won't fit on his arm, where you have like a central hub. Come on, stick down. You have a central hub which is public and you can see all the other players. You can go out into the world and do whatever you need to do solo, but you'll see all the players there in the public areas of the world, which is cool. And then you'll have areas that are then public areas, so perhaps, you know, event like in Destiny where an event starts. That's cool, other people can join in. Oh, that Pauldron is really not wanting to stick. Stay on there, like that, you see. Wow, Pauldron is just not wanting to stick at all. So if they took the Destiny model where there's, you know, a lot of it's instanced, but you can go online with friends, or you can see other people in the open public areas. They can't really do anything to you, but they can shoot the same dudes and they can help. Now that'd be cool. That would be interesting. But it depends what they do. But if it really is like a, I've got my settlement and you've got your settlement and I built mine and I'm going to send some of my people to attack yours, steal all your stuff, yeah, zero, absolute zero interest in that. Completely. It's like, because that's like having a fail state in a training mission. The one thing that drives me nuts in games that I absolutely hate, these Pauldrons really do not want to fit on the arms at all. Oh dear. Games Workshop, what have you done? Have I just put these in the wrong, you've decided these are in the wrong place? I don't know, maybe. I remember playing, I think it was one of the, might be one of the Assassin's Creed games where I was doing the training mission, and literally I failed the training mission and it took me back to the start, and I'm like, what? You can't have a fail state in a training mission. It's a training mission. Don't be jerks. So yeah, somebody coming in and stealing my stuff and doing that, no, I don't want to spend hours building something for some just random to come out, because, you know, when you play online, 99% of people you play online, 99% of them are jerks and trolls and assholes, and they will trash your stuff just for no reason. Ask anyone who's played Rust. So hopefully it's just a normal Fallout game, but with an extra bit of, you know, co-op, and you'll see other players, and maybe you can get together and do stuff. But if you don't want to, you don't need to. Right, let's see what the chat's doing. EA, Ghost Lyle says, EA, it's in the loot boxes. On a similar note but different theme, I watched one of the new Wheeler Dealer reps. Twas a tad disappointing. The banter between Ed China Mark II and the chippy chirpy Cockney geezer was a bit forced. Never watched it, but I know what it is. They shit can the good Star Wars game, says LD. Mayfield 001 says the whole EA presentation was not good. That's about right for EA though, isn't it? Aviad Madar, why does everyone have to have a depressing indie game? Oh look, it's artsy. Yeah. Treyarch recently announced the Battle Royale for Black Ops 4 seems interesting, but don't like the Fortnite crap. No. I've got PUBG, but I've not really played it, because when I got PUBG on Xbox, it was still made of mostly ass, and nothing worked, so I've not actually gone back and tried it yet since. MMO gameplay has a way of watering down great narrative-driven IPs. I'd be fine if they didn't branch out in that direction. Well, they've done Elder Scrolls Online, which was alright, but a bit boring. I don't think it's going to be like an Elder Scrolls Online. I think it's going to be more like... I think it's going to be more like a single-player game with some multiplayer components, and that could hopefully just be co-op. I don't know, though. I'm here, what have I missed, says Mike Mountain. Hey, Mike! I've glued some bits to my dude. That's all I've done. We've talked about video games. What else have we done? We've not done any giveaways or anything yet. I've shown off your wonderful, wonderful, wonderful device of happiness. This has been plugged bigly. I'm using it today. I don't think you missed much else. I don't like bullying people in online games because it's like, hey, maybe this person needs a friend and stuff, says James Lorimore. Plus also, James, you're not an asshole. None of us are assholes. Every time I've played a game online like that, where it's PvP, everybody is a complete asshole. Where it's PvE and there's a bit of PvP in there, like Destiny. Destiny's great because there's nothing really people can do to you outside of PvP. There's a separate PvP bit, which if you want to be a dick, you can go there and do that. If you just want to do PvE, play against the environment, it's fine because you can see them. They can get a bit silly, but there's not much harm they can do. So if they took the Destiny route, that'd be quite good. Mr. Fox, time to drink a coffee, says Jacob Rays. Somebody somewhere will give me crap for that. Somebody somewhere will be offended by slurping, but you know what? I don't care. Any stabbings today yet? No. No, I've been very careful with the knife of annoyance. Chris from Gross Model says, yeah, horrible people in online games making people fall off things. Yeah, shut up. For those that don't know, as I knock the camera, Chris and I and our mate Paul are all part of Team Inept. We do, well, I don't get a chance to do it much, but Chris and Paul do lots of online video game stuff. And every time we play Destiny, they'll try and make sure they shepherd me towards some kind of edge or ledge or precipice, and they will push me off every single damn time, and I will fall for it every single damn time. They're like, Fox, just go and have a look at that. Okay, I can't see anything, but wait, I'm on a ledge. Oh, falling. Every time. What's worse is I fall for it. I don't know which is worse, me being an idiot or just me being an idiot. Thanks, Mr. Fox, says Jacob. He loves it when I swig. Jerry, you haven't spoken to my wife, lol. Tony Blackwell's gone off to make a brew. Everyone force Fox to drink his coffee, says Ghost Lyle. I'm actually a bit of a pineapple, says James. Try, right, says Chris. Wayne Lawson, one wing done, on to the other side, yes. James Chapman says, unfortunately my fiancée picks on me for slurping drinks. She hates it. Well, the thing is, I don't normally slurp drinks because it is uncouth and a bit uncivilised. So if I'm just drinking my brew and I'm like... Yeah, I don't do that. I hate that. If I'm sitting with... If I'm like... When I used to have a job, I used to work with people. There was somebody who sit next to me, a woman that sat next to me, and she slurped like a flipping elephant sucking up a bit of a lake. And in the end, I just had to verbally slap her about the face, like verbally. I just took a task on it. I said, look, can you just stop being such an uncouth oaf? And so I don't normally slurp, but for comedy purposes I'll slurp endlessly. I've seen the asshat behaviour you talk about when my son plays his online games, and I've got to say, if I did game, that would be one of the things that would put me off online games, says Spid. Yeah, that's why I don't mind things like Destiny. Borderlands was fun because it was just you and 3 mates. Games like that, but like proper online games where there is constant PvE, no, I don't. It's not. I don't. I have nothing but contempt for most of the people you end up playing against. So no. Right, I need to add some bits to him now. If you're going to slurp, always add a snort at the end. Whenever I turn these lights and cameras on, I get a snotty nose anyway for some reason. So I can't really add a snort. I can add a sigh of happiness. James Lorimer, I built a Voltron in Minecraft on PS3. I'm quite proud of it. See, Minecraft's a bit different. It's not quite as poisonous and toxic. I'm just going to press some buttons. I do apologise. Hopefully it won't kill everything. Let's have a look. I'm just pressing some buttons now. See how long we've been going for. How long we've been going for? I've got no idea. Nearly logged out then. That would have killed the stream. Hooray! What time? I don't know how long we've been going for. What time are we on? 4 o'clock. Okay, just checking. I need to know when we do giveaways and things. Right, so I shall give him some more doobies. We've got a purity seal. We've got a thing for his butt. And we've got another thing there. So let's just give him some randomness. Mr. Fox, I suggest you to drink a cappuccino. That was good. Good in the morning. I've got all the coffees that Spid sent me. And I do have proper coffees from my cafetiere. But I don't have any devices to make cappuccino type things. But I will admit it, I'm more of a latte man when it comes to real coffee anyway. But this is just instant nonsense. So I need to give him a purity seal. I should point out, by the way, these are the actual proper first Space Marines I've ever made. I've done Imperial Guard stuff, but I've never actually done Space Marines before. What else shall I give him? I shall give him a... Let's give him a... device of some sort, which looks like this. I don't know what it is, but it will give him that. And what else was there? There was something. Oh, a thing for his butt. A selection of goodies, butt goodies. I won't say that again. Do 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 do. Come on, get in there. Selection of goodies for his butt. Space butt. Andy McLeish. Oops, sorry lads. Haha, work. Hey Andy. Fox, what chapter are the Space Boys? They're not going to be any real chapter. They are going to be my made-up army, which will be a Principality of Xeon themed army from Mobile Suit Gundam. And I have come up with fluff. I have invented fluff to explain why my army is all Principality of Xeon, but they don't have any mobile suits. So I've given it some thought. And I think I've said this before, but here's my plan. Here's my plan, right? Because if I do get the neckbeard that demands why they're all the wrong colours and stuff, and I can just say, well, what happened is, there was a rift in the warp, right? And somehow, it's not known how, but somehow, because of this rift in the warp, a bridge was established between the Warhammer universe and a random other parallel universe. And in this parallel universe, it's the universe where Mobile Suit Gundam is set. Just because, of course it is. And the rift was temporary. And there was a great cataclysm and the rift closed with great violence. But when it closed, a large portion of each universe was swapped. So a chunk of the Warhammer universe was dumped into the Mobile Suit Gundam universe, and consequently, conversely, a chunk of the Mobile Suit Gundam universe, not a big bit, no, like a solar system or something, was dumped into the Warhammer universe. And suddenly, after this cataclysmic sort of blast from the warp, it was discovered that a whole new solar system had appeared in the middle of nowhere in the Warhammer universe. And in this solar system were all the planetary bodies and space stations and sides from that area that were in fact the Principality of Xeon installations. Not the entire thing, just like a big, like, you know, lots and lots of sides and some asteroids and some moons with settlements on and stuff like that. Found itself in the Warhammer universe. Inquisitors were dispatched immediately, and tech priests and things, to find out what this was. Was this a threat to the Empire, the Imperium of Man? And they discovered all these space stations and stuff. But because they weren't Xenos, because they were humans, they didn't just go in and exterminate us every single planetary body. what they found was obviously all these space stations and things, all the mobile, all the Zaku's and stuff, technology far in advance of anything the Empire had. You know, they've got their Space Marines and stuff. These guys had Zaku's and beam sabers and beam rifles and stuff. So they gave the Zeonics a choice. They said basically, here's what you can do. You can either allow yourself to be subjugated into the Empire of Man, swear fealty to the Emperor, the God Emperor of mankind, and abandon all your heretical technology. I've just broken that. Purity seal. Never mind. Abandon your heretical technology and use the technology of the Empire and join the Imperium. Or we can just wipe you out of existence because you've got some planets and space stations and some bits and bobs. We've got like trillions of soldiers. And the Zeonics, who were not happy about this, realised they didn't really have a lot of choice here. Their option was basically cake or death. Let's be honest, cake or death, and perhaps they were out of cake. So they said, okay, fine, what we'll do is we will surrender all our technology to you, and we will adopt the technology of the Imperium of Man, and we will fight for the Emperor, So now, but they were allowed, but they said what we'll do is we'll let you keep all your, you know, your identity. You can still be the Principality of Zeon, have your own colours and standards, but you must stick that on. You must... Ew, hello. More glue. You must adopt the ways of the Empire and all that stuff. So now what the Zeons do, the Zeonics, is they fight for the Empire. They are part of the Imperium of Man. They share the technology, so they have, you know, Imperial Knights and Bolters and that kind of goodness. They don't have Zaku's or anything like that. But they are still the Principality of Zeon. They have their own colours. The Space Marines are like their own kind of chapter, I suppose. And so on. So that's how I've done it. That's how they get away with having all these colours and symbology and stuff, whilst being Zeon. However, not for any other reason than it's fun, I have injected some intrigue into this, you see, because obviously all the technology was confiscated and destroyed because it was heretical and against the principles of the God Emperor. It was unacceptable. Almost alien xenotechnology, almost. That's not going to stick either, is it? Ugh, hello. But there are rumours that some of the tech priests may have actually not destroyed all the technology, may have squirreled some of it away. Who can say? Who can say if beam sabers or beam rifles or Zaku's or anything like that will come up again in the future, will appear mysteriously back engineered by the tech priests? Who can say? It never will, obviously, because it'll just be Warhammer kits. But I thought it'd be fun to make up a little... This really doesn't want to stick. Stick, you swine. It'd be fun to make up a little silly backstory as to why all my Space Marines are a completely made-up chapter, and why they have funny symbols all over them. So it kind of gets me out of having to scrape off the Imperial Aquila off every figure. So they still have the Aquilas and the Eagles and stuff like on his chest and everywhere else, and all the vehicles have the Aquilas on them, but they'll also have the Principality of Zeon symbols all over them as well. Haha, see, so there you go. But what they'll do is, the Knights will be kind of... They'll take on the Imperial Knights, they will use Imperial Knights, but they'll call them Zaku's and Goofs and so on and so on. So when I do my Imperial Knights, we will have a green one, which will be a Zaku. We'll have a blue one that's a bit more advanced. That'll be the Goof. And then, of course, Char will have his own, which will be a red one. Because, of course, it will. So we'll still have all that. I've only built... These really do not want to stick. I think they've changed the plastic because these are having real stick issues at the moment. So we will have a selection anyway of those. And of course the Zaku will be battered and rusty. The Goof will be not too bad, and Char's Zaku will be in mint condition. Doodle-doo-doo. Let's have a look. Jacob Ray says, Mr. Fox, do you have a giveaway today? Yes, we have stickers to give away. We have to announce who won the 2 Pot Noodles mugs, and we have some kits to give away, or have a kit to give away. And I was showing it earlier on. When we do the kit giveaway, we're going to bring something new in, because we have a number of kits to give away. We're going to bring in the Wheel of Giveaways, which will choose what we're actually going to give away. So there you go. Mike Hornsey, hey, I'm back. Welcome back, Mike. Plant, says Richard Gibbs. Hey, Mike, sorry about the delay. Got my hands in the sink. All chirrupy here. Missed the smooth crew last night. How's you, says Spid. Wow, you have put a lot of thought into this, says Lee Gallop. Yeah, it's because I know my luck. I'll get into a game and there'll be some real neckbeard who insists on absolute accuracy on everything, and I'll be like, well, look, I've made up some fluff. Deal with it. And that's how it will go down. That's how it will go down. Right, so he's done. Yon fella my lad is now done. I think there's anything else to do on him. He's got his purity seal, his whatever the hell that is. His looks like a clock of some sort. I don't know what that is. His weapons. We're all going to have stalkers. And he's all done. So cool beans. That's one guy done. I shall take a quick break and we'll have a look at the chat and see what we're doing. Quick smoko break for me. Time are we on? 1:15. We'll do some giveaways in a bit when we get to the halfway point. It would make a great movie or OVA, says Lee Gallop. Yeah, it would do, wouldn't it? Suddenly all the... I don't know how much of the Principality of Zion has been sucked into the Warhammer universe, but a chunk of settlements and sides and things, so... I don't know if the entire Zarbi family will be there, but Char will be there and some others. The Space Marines have a real chip on their shoulder, says Tony Blackwell. Oh, yeah. We have a general rule in playing with others. Don't screw anything up, but if you do replace it, if you add something, get permission first and don't be a douche canoe. I think that's to do with Minecraft. Fox, as a matter of interest, says Spid, this is coffee advice, you can make a cappuccino or latte with a cafetiere. It's not quite the same because you're not getting a proper espresso extraction, but it still tastes good. Do I just get a straw and go and blow into it and make bubbles? Even though your law says no Xeon Tech, think you could still put a shield and a commander antenna on one of them. Oh, hello, I moved. On these guys, some of them have little shields anyway. Little. These aren't going to be Zaku. These are just dudes. They're not going to be Zakus or anything. And I don't think there's no kind of big shields for Imperial Knights. But I know what you mean. Could I kit bash one? I could do. I could kit bash a shield for the Imperial Knight. That's going to be the Zaku. They have more soldiers than there are atoms. That's the Imperium. Yes. Imperial Knight Zaku kit bash. No, says John Secretary. No, I'm just going to build them as... All the kits I'm building as straight kits. Because I do want to play these in the game one day, and like 99% of people are actually fine with that. They don't really care, as long as you play it on an existing set of rules. But there are some people that go all arsey if you do something that's not an official Games Workshop kit, so... Yeah, I'll probably leave it out. Someone who is really good at Gunpla modelling should make a Zaku in the Warhammer style. I've thought about that. Trust me on that. Chris's Lego Saturn V will be 77 centimetres tall. John Bennett says, oh dear, Dad's workbench is levitating again, as he's getting thoughts about these things. Adam Clark, good afternoon. Welcome, Adam. Welcome to the chat. We're just taking a little quick break while I read through the chat. Good for you, Fox, says Mike Hornsey. Will the Zaku be an unfinished perfect grade, says Wayne Larson. I will finish that perfect grade Zaku at some point. I've just got to get around to it. I've just got to weather it, that's all. Purity Seal is a blessing from the Emperor, basically a holy medal. Yes. How hard is it going to be to paint the details on that gun on the model with the gun and gear attached? On this one, not at all, because you can get to everything. When I've assembled my Imperial Guard, my Tempesta Sounds, they're all holding their weapons. I kind of had a choice with the Imperial. Some of them have it across the chest, but I had a choice with the Imperial Guard because I didn't need to glue the weapons on, but I wanted to anyway, just to get them done. With the Scions, I didn't really have a choice because the arms are in 2 parts, and gluing them together to make the arms and the weapons once it's painted will be an absolute living hell, because they've got the top arm and the lower part of the arm, and then the weapon, it's got to line up with the cable on the backpack. It was a nightmare, so I had no choice but to glue them together and knock the camera. For that, that's fine. I can get my brush everywhere there. For some of these guys, I don't think they hold the weapon close to the chest, so if they do, I'll keep the arms off. If they don't, I'll just have them holding the weapons. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I did some of the things for the Imperial Skitter build. It's not that hard. Because ultimately, you're only ever going to see these from like this distance anyway. Like far, you see them this big in real life. So there's a bit where you can't quite get in there to get all neat and tidy on the weapon. It doesn't really matter. They're not going to be. They're not going to be to my usual standard. These will be just tabletop quality as best I can. Well, from personal experience, not too hard, says Ghost Lyle. Didn't the Imperium stop counting the number of guardsmen because it was getting too difficult to count them all? Yes. How about a garden scale Warhammer? Yes, says Ghost Lyle. Right, so let's have a look. Have I missed anything in chat? Okay. For those who didn't join us at the start, just a little quick recap while we're taking a quick 5-minute break. I'm building my Warhammer army. It's Principality of Xeon themed. It will be eventually when it's painted. If you're watching this and you don't have access to chat, I'm talking to the live chat, these guys here. Live chat's awesome. The guys are all awesome in here. So if you're watching this and you can't access the live chat, just click on the little YouTube icon at the bottom right of the viewer here. Or if you're on the Patreon page, there should be a link at the bottom of the post directly to YouTube. It'll take you to the YouTube page where you can access the live chat. If you're in chat and you want to ask a question, just make sure you put the whole sentence in big fat capital letters so I can see it. Or hit the super chat button down here in the corner, and that will pop up your question in a big colour box and also send me a notification on my other computer so I know you've done a question. I can't possibly miss it. And last of all, of course, boss battle. My health is going down slowly. We're down to 650277. I started with 100,000. Every time someone does a super chat, or just like that, Jordan Nash donated £11.11. Boom goes the dynamite. There are too many games I want kits to be made based on. Thank you very much, Jordan. You're an absolute star. Thank you. Every time someone does that, which was a donation, you can either do a tip to the tip jar down here, streamlabs.com/modelmakingguru. You can do a super chat, or anytime anybody subscribes during the stream, it will take bits off my health. My health will go down. And when my health gets to 0, whoever got it to 0 will win a Warhammer kit of their choice. Or something else if you're not into Warhammer, we'll figure something out. But if it's Warhammer, basically anything you can get in the Warhammer store, or from Warhammer Online, the store, even exclusive stuff, excepting Forge World, because we're not getting involved in Forge World, that's too much of a nightmare. And it can be anything from a single figure to a massive box set. It doesn't matter what it is. You just say, I want that kit. I then buy it and I send it to you. And then when you become the stream boss, and when somebody knocks you off the stream boss top notch, and takes your health down to 0, I will then buy the person that beat you a kit of their choice. And it will carry on forever. With every time somebody's defeated, a new stream boss comes in, and then that person wins whatever they want to win from the Warhammer store. I pay for it and I send it to them. If you can't get into chat at all though, and you want to ask me a question, because I do depend on your questions and conversations to keep me going for the next hour and a half, otherwise it'll be a really boring stream. If you can't get into chat at all, say you're on a mobile device and there's no chat option, then you can just send me an email. It's nearly gave you my personal email then, which would not be the right thing to do. It's modelmakingguru@gmail.com. If you want to send me a question that way, you can do. Also, I'll do some giveaways in a bit for stickers and things, and I will ask a question, and the first person to answer right wins a sticker. If you've got a question and answer you want me to use during that section, just send me an email with your name, address, and the question and answer. And then if I use that question, you'll get some stickers sent to you because I used your question. I have had some emails come in. Let me have a look and see what we've got. Let's have a look. They are... what are they? Okay, my iPhone's being weird now. What have we got? Sticker request. I've got something from Joker about my domain. Something from Weebly about my website. The amazing sticker giveaway. Okay, mail from... Yeah, okay, so I've not got any questions answered, but I've got question answers from last week still to go through, so we'll do that in a bit. Let's have a look. What else have we got going on? Are you still going to build them all before painting anything, or are you going to have a break from building and paint a couple? I'm going to build everything I've got right now, which is... I've got these guys to finish. Once these are built, the only thing left to build is the tank thing with the anti-aircraft guns, whose name I've forgotten. Might be a wyvern, I can't remember. And I do have the Valkyrie, the flying, the dropship, Valkyrie dropship, but I'll probably do that as a video build because that's kind of more involved. I've got to paint things on the inside and stuff, so I probably won't do that on the live stream unless I get to the exterior. So that'll probably be a video build of itself. But the tank thing I'll probably build. I've already built a Lehman Russ, so I'll get as much as built as I can, and then I can start the painting. So... Paul Lombardi's in. Hey Paul. Tired as flip, says Paul, after midnight here, but no complaints. Yay. I didn't get to bed till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock this morning. I was going to go to bed about 1 o'clock, then I realised I got half of the first season of The Tick that I hadn't watched. So I had to go and watch the remaining half of season 1 of The Tick. If you've not seen The Tick, it's actually, I do recommend it. It's really good. On Amazon, it's actually really, really good. Chris the Pyro, I should start making polls onto what kits I should get. I'm looking at 5 at the moment. Get them all! Get them all! Back and on the way home, says Andy McLeish. What's a garden scale Warhammer? Mike Hornsey. I don't know what that means. Explain to me. Let's have a look. Did you get your mum to try the cricket, says Wayne Larson. Yes, I says to mum, do you want a cricket? And she went, oh, no, 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 and pulled the face. And she's like, no, 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 no. And then she kind of went, just put one there and leave it, and I'll see. So I put it there, and she was like, she got it, and she went, nom, and ate it. And she was, oh, that's actually quite nice. So I left the packet downstairs, came upstairs, did some work, went back downstairs a few hours later, and she went, I may have accidentally eaten some more. So even my mum ate them. I tried some of my friends. They wouldn't touch them because they're all wusses. But my mum liked them as well. My good friend wrote The Tick, says Paul Lombardi. Do you mean, what, the TV series that's on now on Amazon? Or the original comic? Or the animated series? Spoon! I love The Tick. I don't have enough money to buy all the kits though, says Chris the Pirate. Ah. Okay, let's get a poll up in the Boom Hut and see how astray the members can lead you. Talking of the Boom Hut, by the way, if you don't know what the Boom Hut is, I'll take my email address off. For those who aren't already in the Boom Hut or anything like that, if you don't know what the Boom Hut is, and we will refer to it from time to time, it's a group I set up on Facebook. It's the Model Makers Boom Hut. The address is facebook.com/groups/Model Boom Hut. It's a fantastic group on there. Everybody hangs out. It's all friendly, it's all nice and calm. There's no bitching, no sniping, no snarking, no bad behaviour. We don't allow it. It's a really friendly place to go and show off your stuff, get advice, get help and you know, tips and tricks, and also make some good friends. If you are already a member of the Boom Hut, if you haven't seen it, I did post up a thing this morning with a potential change I want to make to the Boom Hut, but I want members' feedback first, which way you want me to go. It was pointed out to me that when you post something on the Boom Hut, it's an open group. So which means anybody can come along and see what's in the Boom Hut, but they can't post to the Boom Hut, you know, write a post and submit it until they remember, but anybody can see it. So to entice people in. I was made aware that when you do that, when you make a post in the Boom Hut, anybody on your friends list, that post could appear in their newsfeed. So if I post in the Boom Hut, one of my friends could see a thing on their newsfeed saying, oh, Fox posted up this in the Boom Hut. You can't change that. The only way you can stop that happening is to make the group closed. Now, for existing members, that makes no difference at all to you. It won't matter if it's closed or open. Nothing will change. The only thing is that if I make the group closed, then when you post up in the Boom Hut, nobody's ever going to see it in their newsfeed unless they're already a member of the Boom Hut, in which case you'll know them anyway because it's one of your friends. So I've given people a choice of, do I leave the group open as it is now, so your post will appear in people's news feeds regardless, or do you want some extra privacy on that I can make the group closed, and then when you make a post, the only people that will ever know you've done that are people in the Boom Hut, obviously, and people in the Boom Hut who are also your friends because they'll see it in their news feed. And I've given you the choice. The only reason I wanted to put it to the members is because if I change from open to closed, it's a one-time deal. Once I've done it, I can't change it back. And it means that when somebody comes to the Boom Hut and they're not a member, they won't see any of the posts. They'll have to join before they can even read the posts. So I know which way I want to go with it, but I'm leaving it to you guys. So if you've not seen it, there is a post up in the Boom Hut. I didn't stick it, unfortunately, but there is a post up there. Just go on, there's a little poll, do you want it open or closed? Go and put your 2 cents in. Let me know if you prefer it open. At the moment it's angling towards closed. Most people are saying closed. Because a few people have said, hey, my posts in the Boom Hut are appearing on my friend's newsfeed and I don't want them to see those because it's nothing to do with them. They're not into model making. So I've put that to the members. So if you're not had your say already, make sure you go and do that little poll. Just a little 2 options. Click which one you want and I'll probably check it tomorrow and see which way we want to go. Let's have a look. Looking forward to the Valkyrie build, Fox, says Mike Hornsey. So am I. So am I. Afternoon all, just getting from work. An early finish for a change, says Redlen. Welcome, Redlen. Garden scale is around 1/16 scale. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that'd be nice. James asks, when I'm building the Yamato, at some point, I don't know yet. It's one of those things that I got to build. I wanted to build it straight away, and then I couldn't, and then I just have it sitting there now waiting. Spid says he will catch up on the latter part of this non-live later. Okie dokie, mate. You'll miss out on the stickers, but you will watch for the giveaway because you'll see what giveaway is being given away. John Secretary 22, welcome, says, true, there was a good TED talk about insects as the major protein source if we can get over our squeamishness. Yes, because as I said when I did the little video eating them, something like 90% of our arable land and crops are given over to food for beef, cattle, and sheep, pigs, and all the animals we eat. Now, I'm not allergic to meat. I love eating meat, but if your main food source would be something like, instead of beef or pork, would be insects, there's much less requirement. It's not doing the environment any good. All the arable land that's being used for crops, that's then putting carbon dioxide in, and all the other stuff that it does, and it uses up resources, and just so we can eat a hamburger. Now, I still want to eat hamburgers, don't get me wrong, I'm a carnivore, I am born and bred a carnivore, but I'm also, want to protect the environment a bit. It would also mean then, we can use that land to grow crops for people to actually eat, which would help with the issues in the world of hunger in countries that can't. There are countries where the people are starving, but they're growing crops to feed the cattle that they then sell to outside countries, so, yes. Start for now, says Spade, see you later, Spade, thanks for coming in. Paul Lombardi, Chris McCulloch, he worked on the comic and went on to do Johnny Quest, Venture Brothers. Cool! You know someone famous. Say hello from me and tell him I love the tick. Hey Fox, heresy or loyalist in the Warhammer 40k world? I don't know. I'd say loyalist. Maybe, because if you think about it, the Emperor was kind of a good guy. He wanted humanity to get back to its golden age and develop technologically, and then he got almost killed, and now all the tech priests and everybody else are kind of saying we can't do any new technology because of the reasons, which is kind of not what the Emperor wanted, if my understanding is right. So yeah, probably a loyalist. There never seems to be a shortage of flies in famine areas. If only they could make those flies edible, says Tony Blackwell. There are some parts, I can't remember, was it India or Africa somewhere, where they look forward every year to this swarms of little tiny black flies, or midges, they're like midges, that come in their billions every year at the same time around these various lakes and ponds, because what they do is they catch them. Just get these massive nets and they wait. Oh, hello, we've got Dan MU podcast. Oh, thank you very much, Dan. Medal donation. A few more hit points down to someone getting a kit. Never know, Dan, it might be you. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, they get these massive nets and they just go over the swamps and the lakes and they collect these like midges in their trillions. And they come up with these big bulging nets of them. What they do is they basically squish them into patties, put them on a frying pan, cook them and eat them. Like hamburgers. And it's every year they look, the whole area goes crazy for these things because they're just so rich in protein. They just make these patties of them and there's trillions and trillions of them. So yeah. Yes, the Emperor is probably ashamed of the current Imperium, says Chris the Pyro. Yeah, there's a video series on YouTube, something like what if the Emperor had a speech synthesizer, something like that. That's quite funny. Go and watch that. Speaking of helping the environment, can we recycle old model trees? Do you mean trees as in trees that grow out of the ground, or do you mean trees as in sprues? I don't know. How do you if your local council collects? I mean, we've got various bins. We have like garden waste bin. We have a food waste, garden and food waste. We have glasses and bottles, jars. We have household waste, and we have a cardboard bin. There probably is an option for us to like plastic waste. There probably will come in at some point a plastic waste bin, I would suspect. You have to approach your local authorities, your local council, or your senator or governor or whatever, and say, we demand plastic recycling. Interestingly, Bandai actually do kits out of recycled plastic. Some kits they do. I think they're I can't remember what they're called, but they come in like it looks like a P Bandai box, but it's all black and white, and the kits are actually made in black plastic, and it's all recycled plastic. I would eat it, says Ghost Lyle. So would I. Mike Hornsey says, we do in Canada to recycling plastic. You can also, if you've got loads of sprues left over and you want to make some sprue goo, it's another way to not throw them away, is to make some sprue goo, which is just Tamir extra thin with a loads of spare bits of plastic polystyrene sprue and stuff dumped in there. And that makes a brilliant filler. That's my favourite filler. Never mind putties and Tamir fillers and other things. Sprue goo. You're filling a gap in a model with actual polystyrene. Brilliant. Sandable, you can scribe it, no problem. It's a good way to get rid of some of your excess plastic. We have a Jar Jar bin, says Ghost Lyle. Shut up with Jar Jar. We used to have a separate plastic, glass, card and tins, and the council changed that and it all goes in one bin. Weird, says Adster. Ecopla, says Lee. Yes, they're Ecopla, says Lee Gallop. Bandai Ecopla. It's just all recycled plastic, rather than just throw all the plastic away, say from leftover stuff that didn't mould correctly and just rubbish that they've got that's sitting around because they've not used it in an actual kit sprue. They just recycle it. Tony Blackwell says we put everything into one bag and a kitchen waste bucket and it all gets sorted. No, we have different ones. Koreans recycle everything, even compost food. It's actually impressive coming from a place like New York. Annie McLeish says, Paul, the Far East have it down right, but the West is buggered. Yeah, we're just too commercially minded. We just pile it high and sell it cheap. Right, we've been going for an hour and a half. I think it's time we get to the giveaway section of the video of the day. So we have some things to do. We have some. Where are they? I have some. I have sticky stickers to give away. Now I've only got the Model Making Guru ones left now. I've got rid of all the Team Annette ones. They've all gone. So hopefully Chris will sort some more out for me. So we're going to do some Model Making Guru stickers. I also have to announce who has won the pot noodle cups, or rather the pot noodle mug and the pot noodle vessel, because there's no handle on it. Vessel, because you're eating your pot noodle out of. Who's won these? Ghost Lyle says, have you seen Scotland? It's 15 bins per house. That's only because there's so many bottles. Moving on at 8. So we need to announce who's won these, and then we can bring in the wheel of giveaways to work out what we're giving away this week. Now, as I was saying at the start, you need to be in chat to win a sticker. So if you're watching now and you can't see the chat, either click on the YouTube icon at the bottom right of the player down here somewhere, and it'll bring you to the YouTube page where the chat is. Well, that's your option basically. You need to be in the chat to win the stickers. Now, before we do these two giveaways, you must refresh your browser window. Do it now. Do it now. Because once you've been watching for about an hour, the stream and the chat go a bit out of sync. So before you do anything else, right now, hit the refresh button. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Do now. Now. Are you doing it now? Have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? How about now? Have you done it now? Have you done it now? Have you done it now? How about now? Okay, right. Right, so I'm just going through my emails now. We'll do the stickers first. Going through my emails to see who sent me sticker questions, and there were some from last week. We have, let me just try and find one. Right, here we go. Okay, so here's a question and answer from Andy McLeish. So Andy, you need to send me your name and address so I can send you a sticker. If I read your questions out, your question and answer, you'll win a sticker, because it saves me having to pull a question out my arse. Basically, I don't have to think. So I will need a Sharpie though, or a pen. I've got a pen. Have I got a pen? I had a pen somewhere. Not prepared anything. There we go. Right, so this is a question from Andy McLeish, and he says the question is, now what you need to do is I will ask the question and then I will say go. Don't answer till I say go, and the first person with the right answer on my screen here, I'll bring it down so you can see it, the first person with the correct answer is the person that wins this. Hang on, this is falling over again. Oh, Korean Baljad Heat. It's near 8. Right. I did last week, says Andy McLeish. Okay. I've got that then, probably. If you haven't had a sticker in about 6 weeks, let me know. Right, so. First person with the right answer wins a sticker. Bear in mind, I don't see the chat the same way you do. When you see your chat, it's tailored to you, so your answer pops up straight away. However, I see it in the order that YouTube actually receives it. So even though you see your answer in the chat, it might even still be on its way to YouTube at this end. So I go off what I can see here. So anyway, question from Andy McLeish. Here we go. Are you ready? Everybody ready? Lee Gallup says spoon. Not afraid, no. Send me another email then, Andy, just in case. Just in case. Never harms. You probably end up with like 35 stickers, but what are you going to do? So, Andy McLeish's question is, are we ready? In the film Kelly's Heroes, Tank Commander Oddball is played by which actor? Who plays Tank Commander Oddball in Kelly's Heroes? Go. My mum knew this person many, many years ago. Carpet Monster? No. Oh, pop straight in is Beyond Hope with Donald Sutherland. Oh, Sean Lloyd says Elliot Gould. I always get those two mixed up. So Beyond Hope. You say Donald Sutherland. The answer is, of course, Donald Sutherland, according to the email I've been sent. So well done, Beyond Hope. Send me an email with your name and address, and just put in there that you've won a sticker. When you send me an email to claim a prize, do tell me what the prize is, because I won't bloody remember. I've got like 40 emails in my inbox now. So send me an email with that you've won a sticker and your name and address, and I'll get that out to you. Well done. Thank you very much, Andy McLeish, for your question. Let me just archive that. Okay, let's have another one. Oh yes, I did get your email, Andy. Apparently sticker for sending question. There you go. Well done. Let's find if we have another question to give away. No, that's not anything to do with this. If you do send me a question answer, by the way, because I'm checking it on my phone, please put the title like question for giveaway or something like that so I can spot it. Otherwise I have to go through all my emails. Right, Tony Blackwell sent me a question. And he's done it in all swirly handwriting font as well. Okay, right, so we have a question from Tony Blackwell. Make sure this is all up to date. No, not Jar Jar Binks. No. Beyond Hope says, difficult to forget that. My name is Sutherland too. Well, there you go. A good Scottish name. Sutherland. Great. Yeah, my mum and dad apparently knew him. Vaguely. What's with the negative wave, says Richard Gibbs. What are negative waves? Oh, it's okay. I've found the part. Paul Lombardi says we should just all send him emails sending we win stickers. There is a noticeable flaw in my thinking here. Coffee. Right. So the question, and this is from Tony Blackwell. Tony, you know I've got your address, but send me your address. I'll send you more stickers if you want. If you want more stickers, just pop me another email. Because oh, here's one thing, by the way. Data protection. When I've sent your stickers out to you, I do not keep your email. I delete it because I don't need to keep your name and address. So if ever you win anything, even if you've won things 5 times before, always let me know your name and address again, because I don't keep your emails. I don't keep records of who's won what, because I don't have any need to keep your name and address. Data protection and all that. Negative waves is a quote from the film. Okay, I've never actually seen the film, as you can tell. Right, it's another movie question. This might lead some of you astray. Are we ready? Are we ready? Right. In the film Thunderbird 6. What type of aircraft was Thunderbird 6? So in the film Thunderbird 6, what type of aircraft was the Thunderbird 6? Tony Blackwell says, nah, I'm alright for stickers, I'm running out of places to put them. Put stickers on your stickers. Mr. Loathson, Vincent's in. Hey, Vincent. I need more specific than that. Ooh, some of you are close. Do 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 do. Some of you are close. A make or a model will be fine, I think. I think I'll take the make or the model if you can't get both. Either the make or the model, or both if you know it. What type of aircraft was Thunderbird 6? Deedle-dee. Zadster says, I have to say, the stickers do stick really well. I know. I'm glad about that. My dog, says Ghost Lyle. Skyship 1, says James Chapman. Bop, there we go. Jordan Nash, Tiger Moth Biplane. I did kind of want the make or the model as well. So Jordan, well done. You've won that with Tiger Moth Biplane. So lovely. As always, send me a mail with your name and address. I've kind of got your name and address because of Patreon, but send it to me anyway, because even if I've already got your name and address from somewhere else, mail it to me, because the email inbox is my list of who to send stuff to. So if I've got 10 things that say send me a sticker, and I do them all, and I've got nobody else to send stickers to. So send me an email, even you, Jordan. Just pop me an email, just say, I want a sticker, name and address, there you go. It's just more of a reminder for me to send you something out. Well done, well done. One more, and it's a traditional one now. It's where I write a number on my hand, and you have to guess what it is. If I can get the pen to work. Can I get the pen to work? That would be a good start. There we go. Right, I have written a magical number on my hand. A magical number. That's not a clue. And I need you to simply guess what that number is. It is between 116 and 126. Go. A number between 116 and 126. What is the number I just wrote on my hand? I get paranoid. I have to hold my hand up over my head out of the way. Oh, wow, bang. Straight away, Gerwin Moore's 120. Well, that took like a second. Normally it takes you a few seconds to get there. Gerwin, thank you very much. Send me your name and address, say you've won a sticker, and I'll send you a sticker. Well done. I should put these stickers away. That was dead fast, that. Normally it takes a few goes. Right, that's the stickers done. Next, we've got the winners from last week for these two pot noodly mugs. Or mug and receptacle. I was hoping to do it live, but I can't get the streaming software to show the screen when I'm doing it. So I pulled them just before the show went live. I use my random comment picking software that picks random comments off a YouTube video randomly. It's the same one we use for the e-models videos. And I pulled 2 comments off last week's video. All you had to do was put a comment on the video, and I will pull 2 of those at random, and that person or those people would win one of these. So, haha. The winner of the... I can't really do it. There's no real way to build this up, so I'll just do it. The winner of the Pot Noodle Bombay Bad Boy Mug with a Handle mug is... Scuba Steve, who wrote, I think there needs to be new panel lines scribed to achieve the proper degree... I can't read my own handwriting. I think there needs to be the new panel... I'll start again. I think there need to be new panel lines scribed to achieve the proper degree of filthiness for the pot noodle. So Scuba Steve, well done. You've won yourself the black Pot Noodle Bombay Bad Boy Cup. So I've not got my email address up there, have I? That's a bit rubbish. So send me an email to modelmakingguru@gmail.com. Please put in the email your name, address, phone number, because I'm posting it to you if you can, and also that you've won the black Bombay Bad Boy mug. So well done, Scuba Steve. What's chat doing? Right. The next one is for the best pot noodle flavour in the world. I keep forgetting my marks there. I put this big mark on my desk where the middle of the screen is, and then I'm doing stuff over here because I'm an idiot. The green pot noodle. It's not a mug. You can use it as a mug, but it's not got a handle. It's actually for the noms. So, who has won the green pot noodle? The winner of the green pot noodle potential mug or eating tube is Pinky Coffee Boat. That's a great name. Pinky Coffee Boat, who says, pot noodle full of natural, wholesome, organically grown ingredients. This is lies. Just so you know, this is lies. There is nothing wholesome or natural or organic about pot noodle. It's filth. It's filth. So I appreciate the lie there. It's funny. So, Pinky Coffee Boat, send me an email, modelmakingguru@gmail.com, with your name, address, phone number for the postal guy, and that you've won the green pot noodle mug, we'll call it, for the sake of ease. The green pot noodle one. And Scuba Steve, send me an email with your name, address, and phone number, and say you've won the black, or the Bombay Bad Boy pot noodle mug thing. So well done to both of you. These will get posted out. Now, as for my posting schedule, as I've said before, I don't post things straight away. I only get to go to the post office once or twice a month. So what I'll tend to do is, for most things, I'll keep hold of them until I need to do a post office run, and I'll do them all in one go. So don't panic if it's a week or two before you get these. They will go out, and I'll let you know when they've all been shipped out. All the stuff from the last few weeks has gone out last week. It's just that I don't get to go to the post office very often, so I have to put these in a box and go to the post office, because it's a bit of a ways away from my post office. So I'll keep these to one side for you, and then as soon as I can get to the post office, I'll get these shipped out, and I will send you a tracking number so you can see them. So, now we get to the interesting bit. If you watch my channel, if I knock the camera, if you've been watching my channel, you will see that lovely, lovely, lovely follower, Tony Blackwell, just a few days ago, sent me a whole mess of kits to give away as prizes. And I've always said in my streams, traditionally, if you're a retailer, so you sell things, or you're a manufacturer, you make models, for example, if you want some free PR, give me a shout, send me some stuff, and I'll give it away on the stream as prizes, because I can't afford to keep buying stuff to give away as prizes, unfortunately. Now, a few people have answered the call, but none of them have been retailers or manufacturers. It's been my followers who've said, listen, I've got some kits in my stash. I'm never going to make them. Would you like them to give them away as prizes? So Tony was the first to answer the call, and he sent me a load of kits. So I'll show you what we've got. What we have here is a selection of kits. I showed them the other day, but I'll quickly go through, because today we are going to use the wheel of giveaways. I'm doing stuff to camera now, but you can't see it because there's nothing on screen. We're going to use the wheel of giveaways. So, what do we have? You won't know what any of those names mean, so I shall tell you right now. If I can figure out how to show both screens at once. Right. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I've got to do some funkiness now. Right, so let's put that back there, and let's put that there. Okay, so we have, first of all, the FX 148th Supermarine Spitfire Mark 5B, which on the spinny wheel of giveaways is sexy plain. We have, if I can get them out, we have the rather awesome looking Polycarpov I-16 Type 24 from Hobbycraft, not the retail company, but the model making company, Hobbycraft. This one is on the spinning wheel as potato. We have this rather adorable little weekend build job, the P51B5 Hurry Home Honey in 1/72 from Mr. Craft, and this one is down as Sally, because it's a Mustang Sally, there you go. We have the Revell 148 Longbow Apache kit. These are all untouched kits. Do what you want with them. The Revell 148 Longbow Apache, this thing is massive, and this is down there on the spinny wheel of happiness as Oorah! And last, but by no means least, in any way, shape or form, we have this fantastic Edward Weekend Edition BF 109E3 in 148 CL. It's a beautiful kit, tons of detail. This is the kind of pride of the collection. And this one is down on the spinny wheel of happiness as the Germans! So, those are the kits we have. The point of the spinny wheel of giveaways is to determine which kit we're going to give away. So, let's find out. So I'm going to go back to the spinny wheel screen. Right, so we're on the spinny wheel screen, and all I need to do is press a button, and it will do the spinny wheel thing, and we'll see which one wins. Now, I have to warn you, I've contacted my streaming software provider here to see if there's a slightly less annoying noise for the spinning wheel, because it is the most annoying sound in the world and it's very loud. So I do apologise. You're going to have to put up with it for a few seconds. So let's go. Let's get ready to press the button. So let's find out which one we're going to give away. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Hang on, Paul Lombardi left. Ugh. Paul, I know you're not watching now, but you need to watch this later. Right, anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. See which one we're going to get. I love this. I love this. Is brilliant. This is dead technological for me. I don't know anything. It goes on for a while. Could it be? Which one's it going to be? It's going to be... Hoorah! Excellent. Good stuff. So we are going to give away the huge Revell 148 AH64D or the WH64D Longbow Apache. This can be yours and I will send it to you. Now, it's not just the kit. There are some extras in here. When Tony bought it off eBay, it's got some extra Edward photo etch parts in there. I think they're like cockpit accessories, just generic cockpit accessories. So you get those in there as well. So this can be yours. What do you have to do? What do you have to do? All you need to do is, when this stream is finished, so about half an hour after this stream is finished, all you need to do is pop a comment on the video. You know how it works. Pop a comment on the video, because I'm doing this over the course of a week, so everybody who watches this, even people who don't watch it live, can enter. Stick a comment on the video when this stream becomes a video. And what could the comment be? I don't know. Write an amusing comment about... I don't know. Do an amusing helicopter noise. What sound does a helicopter make? It could be an old helicopter, a Russian helicopter, broken helicopter. Just do some helicopter sounds in the comments. And then what will happen is, next Sunday, if I can do it during the show, I will live. But if I can't, I'll pull it in advance. But next Sunday, I will randomly pick someone from those comments who will win that helicopter. And it doesn't matter where you are. Don't care if you're in the UK, France, Spain, Germany, America. As long as you're not in space, Antarctica or North Korea, I can probably send stuff to you. So there you go. So you can win yourself. I've got boxes everywhere now. You can win yourself that awesome Revell Apache Longbow helicopter kit. It is about that big. It's massive. And I have heard good things about it. A little bit of work required to fill some seams, but other than that, brilliant. So get yourself commented when this video is finished. Andy McLeish says, back later, shopping times. Let's have a look and see what the chat's done. I'll get back on with some work in a minute. Let me just smoke a break. So, what did you think about the spinny wheel of goodness? I was trying to figure out how to use that wheel in a live stream, but I couldn't think of a situation to use it in until I got those wonderful things from Tony. So, every time we need to pick a prize, we'll use that to see which one you're going to get. So you never know which one's going to be the giveaway. Let's see what chat is doing. Cool, thanks Fox, says Gerwin. No worries. Damn, I was so close, says Lee. Mug and paintbrush holder, there you go, that works. Smegan L says slappy milk toast. Slappy milk toast. Nice one, Steve. Lol Scuba Steve. Well done, Pinky. Congrats to the winners. Makes my tummy go raw grrr, says Mickle Pickle. Zatsa says amazing set of kits, Tony. Yep, it was amazing that Tony sent me those. I think somebody else is sending me more kits. There's somebody else sending me some stuff, I think, if I remember rightly. But like I said before, if you're a retailer or manufacturer and you want to send some stuff for me to give away, do get in touch. modelmakingguru@gmail.com. If you're just a follower, just a viewer, and you've got some stuff that you're never going to make, you are welcome to send it to me to give away. However, I would say, normally I'd say sell it on eBay, get some money for it. But if you're of a mind to just give them away to somebody else who can have fun with them, then there's nothing. If you want to, you don't have to. It's awesome if you do, but I would say sell them. But if you're of that kind of mindset and you'd like to send them to me to give away as prizes, feel absolutely free to drop me an email and let me know. I'll take anything, doesn't matter what it is. The only thing I would say don't send is anything with electrics in it, like wiring or anything like that, because I can't send that stuff to the US. If somebody in the US wins a kit that's got electronics in it or anything like that, I can't post that to the US. Let's have a look. Wouldn't mind the Apache or the BF-109, says James. Well, you never know, you might win it. Ilta Yanderwerf says, indeed the Edward is nice. Why are Cosmic Space Out octopuses trying to steal the spinny wheel? It's supposed to be a. It's supposed to be a. It's a screenshot from the game Big Rigs, which is one of the worst games ever made. It's supposed to be like a trophy that says "You're a winner." Get to the chopper, says Adster. That's so cool, says Mr. Catonic. What about West Korea? I don't know. Is West Korea good? There is no West Korea. Spinny Wheel of Goodness worked well. What happens next time? The heli won't be on the wheel. Yes, the next time we'll take that one off the wheel, and there'll be only 4 options, or however many there were. There'll be 1 less. Eventually we'll get down to like 2 options. I don't think we'll do the wheel spin when there's 1 option left. The wheel is cool. I like the randomness of what kit goes out. Going in the post tomorrow, I didn't... hang on. Jerry says, going in the post tomorrow, I didn't get a chance. Awesome giveaway, though, says Noberoid. Fun times of spinning wheels. I see a good cheap kit in TK Maxx. I'll grab it. They sometimes have good stuff in. Yeah, it's something like places like Aldi and stuff, or little silly kits and things. You can have fun with those. Just don't tell anyone what's in the box. That's what I do. Yeah, I like to give people a reason to actually want to join in there. If I can say, hey, you can win this. There you go. I demand a 1-option wheel spin, says Sean Lloyd. If you really want a 1-option spin, we can do a 1-option wheel spin. And this week we're going to spin the wheel to find out if we're going to give away potato or potato. Haha, I tried the Foxx. I tried the Foxx. I don't know what the sentence means, goes Lyle. I don't know. Well, I think that worked well anyway. So yes, we'll keep the wheel going. If I've only ever got 1 thing to give away, it'd be a bit weird. But if I've got a selection, like now, we'll do that. Same again, like I say, I will send them out in batches. So when we announce the winner next week, don't panic if it takes a little while to get to you. I do have to occasionally I only get occasional time to go to the post office because it's a bit of a trek. But also, I have to kind of find a box to put these things in, and that's not always easy without going out and buying boxes. So it takes a little time to find a suitable box as well. The shipping restriction should only be if there are batteries included, says Jordan. There have been issues where I've tried to post stuff to the US, and even if it's got no batteries, it's got like wiring and stuff in it. They get really finicky about it, which is, I mean, e-models have had the same thing. I've spoken to them whenever they try and send something across to the US that's got even just wiring in it. It becomes a living hell basically with customs. To get the packaging, and it's just not really worth the hassle. There's so many forms to fill out, and it can get stopped and never delivered, and they can pull it to one side and demand to know what's in it. It just becomes a living hell. So over years I've learned just not to sell anything with electrics in it to the US. No, like the options on wheel, says Gerwin Moore. Right, so swig of coffee, give it a minute, and we'll do some more work, because so far I've only built 1 guy. Oh, he's done. Looking pretty mint. I'm liking the realistic proportions of these Primaris Marines. I'm not liking the fact that it makes me think of Primark or Primarni in the UK. Primarni, like cheap knockoff brand. But hey. So. Right, so I think we're about done with that. So well done to everybody who won stickers and 10 mugs. Again, just drop me an email with your name and your address if you're after a sticker. If it's for a sticker, your name, address and phone number. If you have won an object like the mugs. And make sure to put in the email what you've actually won, so I know what to send you. I am trusting you all. I am trusting you all. If, however, you would just like a sticker, just send me an email saying, can I have a sticker, please? I'm not going to say no. But sometimes it's more fun to just play the game. Righty tighty, let's crack on, do some more work. I don't think there's anything else we need to do or get out of the way. I think that's everything up to date. So let's get this show on the road. So we built 1 guy. Hi Fox, Dave from Butcher That Models, come on. Can't stay, the kids have booked a table for 6 PM, taking me for early Father's Day meal as they're all the way next weekend. Oh well, nice kids, good Tommy and the others. Go and enjoy your food, dude. Don't worry about this. This nonsense will be here when you get back to watch later. So, let's do another dude. So we got the sergeant done. And thanks for coming in though, Dave. Thanks for popping in for the time that you can spare. Now you need to give me hassle in the chat, please. Mike Mounty says, am I not invited, Dave? Oh yeah. Intercessors. We have the weapons. Now we're all going to give them the, what were they? Stalker rifles. Because they've got AP -2 and most range, so why would you give them anything else? And these all seem to be the case of assemble the arms and the gun together and then glue it onto the body, which means I can glue the arms and gun together, see how they fit on the model. If I think I can't get the brush in there, I can go back and just glue them on later. Because gluing on an arm like that, like a single piece arm, is fine. With the Tempesta Sounds, that arm will be broken into two parts, the forearm, the upper arm and the lower arm. And getting them together, it's just a living hell. If you're making Tempesta Sounds, don't paint them and then try and glue the arms together, because you will not succeed. You'll mess it up. Because you've not only got to get the arms lined up with themselves and each other, you've also got to get the hose going from the Hotshot las gun into the backpack, and it's just a living hell. So Tempesta Sounds, you have to glue them all together first and hope you can paint round it. Miskatonic Universe podcast says Jordan is right, I get electronic stuff from all over. It's batteries that might blow up are restricted. Yeah, if you're ordering from somewhere like a store or something, they probably will send it, but like a private individual like me, it's a lot of hassle that takes a lot of time to deal with. So I've had my Prezi though, thank you all, says Mike Mountain. Have I missed something there? For some reason my feed has gone to crap, it keeps locking up. Have you got a million other things running? It seems to be alright on the... Is anybody else having problems with this? Did you mean the stream or the chat? Anybody else is having problems? Because it could be YouTube. Or it could just be something at your end. Dave, what are you going to have? Where's this meal taking place? What kind of meal? Are we talking like steak? Or steak? Or kebabs? Or curry? Curry. Let's do some work. So, we want to give them some arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's 8 dudes. Oh, I see. Times 9. 6 of those holding their weapons. There's also a guy reloading. A guy with a stabberty knife. 6, 7. Okay, you can just mix and match as you like, it seems. That's cool, we can do that. We can do that, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. Yeah, just mix and match now. Doesn't really matter, they've all got the same weapons anyway. So, let's do our dude. So we are needing the heads and the other bits. So I shall cut off some heads. Off with his head! I shall put that... Don't need that ammo thing now, put it there. Cut off some bonces. Might have the mixed grill, says Butcher that model. As it's Brewers Fair pub, so beer might be involved. Oh, mixed grill. Go for mixed grill. Absolutely mixed grill. Tell you what, if any of you live near Derby, I don't know if it's there anymore, but there used to be a pub called the Hanging Gate. It's somewhere in Derby. I can't remember exactly where. Hanging Gate. They have these tables with copper tops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. That's 5. And they used to do a mixed grill, and this thing was massive. This thing was like one of them big massive fish plates, full to the brim with like hundreds of sausages and everything. It was tons of it, and it cost like £2. It was insane. It was the best mixed grill ever because it was huge, but also dirt cheap. I like a nice mixed grill. You can't go wrong with a mixed grill. For those of you outside the UK that don't know necessarily what a mixed grill is, it's just a delicious plate of fatness and cholesterol. Typically, a mixed grill is, if I can do this without my mouth watering while I'm trying to cut things off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 4 of these. It is traditionally some kind of steak, some kind of gammon, some sausages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some bacon, the eggs, the fried eggs, the beans, potentially sometimes the black pudding, sometimes onion rings, chips, a fried tomato, and some mushrooms. And it's usually a big plate like that. Brrr. If you go to a chain pub, like a chain pub, they tend to have mixed grill as an option. They're always really nice. Sounds like normal food to me, says Ghost Lyle. It is. It's normal food. Mike Mountain got a lovely storage rack from Dave, Pip, Tommy and gang. Smiley face. Oh, that's lovely. Nice one, Dave and gang. Storage rack. Do we win stickers if Fox stabs himself with the knife for the mini? And the reply asks Dan at Miskatonic, and Sean says there aren't that many stickers. Yeah. I haven't stabbed myself. There's been no stabbage today. It's like I said last week. In reality, I know I'm kind of known as Captain Stabbity, but in reality, I've only ever really dinged myself like, I think 3 times in total on video, on camera. And probably not much more after that, apart from the one time I dropped a knife and it was sticking into my leg, and just sitting there in my leg. So I don't actually stab myself that much. But I'm happy to go with the comedy. Where the comedy takes me, I will follow it. What's black pudding, says Wayne Larson. Black pudding is the food of the gods. Dave, you're the butcher. If you're still there, can you explain black pudding to Wayne, please, without making him feel sick? I don't know if that's possible. It's the most traditional of traditional English dishes. It's the thing. Dave, explain it, would you? Because every time I explain it, people go, ooh! But it's just really nice. It's one of those things you have to try. Do those little seam lines off. It's a D&D monster, I think. Brits hunt and eat them, says Miskatonic Universe podcast. And Zata says, no, that's the haggis. For those of you who are not Scottish, if you always wonder what haggis actually looks like in real life, because, as you know, fine Scottish dish, the haggis. It is the Scottish dish. If you ever wondered what they look like in real life, you may all these stories about how it's like a sheep's stomach with stuff in it, or it's nonsense. They're small creatures that live in the Highlands of Scotland, and they live on the hillsides, and they run around the hillsides amongst the heathers, gaily frolicking. And what they do is, you have a hill there, they run around the hills. But if you look at haggis in the wild, on one side its legs are shorter than the other side, and that's because they only ever run along the hill in one direction. And so if they have the same length legs, they just fall off down the hill. So they always have one short leg and one long leg, one on either side, and that way it can run around the hill but be completely stable. So the way to catch a haggis is to chase it the other way around the hill, so its legs are the wrong way around and it just rolls all the way down, and you just have someone at the bottom that can catch the haggis at the bottom of the hill. That's how you catch a haggis. So for the non-Scots out there, now you know. The more you know. I need to do some arms for this guy, don't I? Ecky Thump says Interzone. Black pudding is congealed pig's blood, lard, barley and pepper, first made in Burnley in Lancashire. Yes. There's no way to explain it that doesn't sound gross, but if you forget what it actually is and just eat it, they are divine. They are the best things ever. It's only 15 and 16. It's just like a little disc, you might say. It's like a little black disc on the plate. Like a little block of something. It's like having a pile of potato salad or a little pile of... It's a side, basically. Really. With your meal. And they are delicious. They're very savoury. Whoa, very nice. Very nice. 15 and 16. I'll keep looking at the things I need rather than everything else. 15 and 16. It got on this sprue. Is it a different sprue? 15 on 16. Which was this one? Probably going to be this one, I reckon. 23. Maybe not. I was looking at the wrong one. Arse. 49. There's 12, 14. There's 16. We've got 16. Question is, can we now find 15? There's 16. And 15 is somewhere. Not on this sprue. Fantastic. Well done, Games Workshop. Don't you ever change, Games Workshop. Don't you ever change. 15 and 16. I need 15 39, 50. This shouldn't be as hard as it is to find things on a sprue, but it always is with Games Workshop. It's always a challenge. 23, 58, 31, 49. Where's 15? This is ridiculous. I want 15. Where's 15? It does say 15. Yeah, 15 and 16. 15 and 16. 56, 47, 50, 39, 52. There's only so many bits with our hands and guns. How hard can this? Oops! How hard can this possibly be? 56, 61. Sigh. 50, 39, 49 or 52. I'm not sure. 23, 58, 31. There we go, 15, right on the edge. Found it! Panic over. God, that was a faff, wasn't it? What a faff that was. So you get to see me now do some drilling. Need to make some holes. Now I have myself the Citadel punch vise, the whole pin vise thing. You don't need to buy the Citadel one, it is ridiculously overpriced. The only reason I got it is because the bits that come with it are kind of cunningly designed to be exactly the right size for things like barrels on bolters and things like that. So they are just exactly the right size for bolter barrels, which works fine for me. But you don't need to spend a fortune on their stuff. You can just buy your own pin vise from anywhere, a lot cheaper. Get in. There you go. It's very nice though. It's got a rotating bit on the end, so you can do that. Mine has a bit on each end, a chuck on each end, and every time you do that, the chuck just comes out, which is a pain in the bum. And I didn't put those back in there. Black pudding, has that something to do with chocolate? No. Black pudding sounds like something that comes out of the butt, says Lee Gallop. Yeah, but it may sound like that. It don't taste like that. Trust me, your Uncle Fox. Trust your Uncle Fox. Nothing nicer than a bit of black pudding, especially with a mixed grill. Heavens. You can also get white pudding, which is kind of similar, but I don't know what makes it different to black pudding. Right, so let's drill out a barrel on this weapon. Let's just see. Shh, Fox is trying to count again. Pancreas, says Sean Lloyd. Gotta run, have fun everybody, Sandy Butcher. Thanks for coming in, Andy. And now they're all Googling sweetbreads? Yeah. I shall need to get myself one of the GW mini holder handles. One of these things. They are really good. For painting, you don't use them for anything else. But for painterating, they are, if you can get them open. If you're not feeble like me, they are mint for painting. Makes life so much easier. The two tools I would say to buy from Games Workshop that are worth it. This, the seam line removal tool. This, the hand grip thing for holding models. All their other tools are ridiculously overpriced for what they are, but this is invaluable. This is brilliant. Other than that, I wouldn't recommend you waste money on their tools. The nippers are nice. And they're kind of heavy duty, which is perfect for Games Workshop, so they're not cheap. You can use any old nippers, but these are quite good for the heavy duty nubs you get on Games Workshop kits. Right, so we're going to drill this barrel out. Did his arm just break off? No, it wasn't attached. So all you're going to do with this is, first of all, get the nub off that's right in the middle of the barrel. Do it in the middle of the screen as well, there, where people can see. Get that nub off there. Now I often screw this up. I find the best way is to kind of get it in the right place and hold the piece, the vice in place with your finger, to get it in the middle, but it's kind of a look of a draw thing. But if it goes wrong, don't worry. You can't see it from full 360 degrees, and you probably can't see it at all here. So all I'm going to do is, I've got it where I think the middle is. I'm just going to start drilling fairly gently, just sort of drilling the barrel out. This is one of the drill bits that's designed precisely to fit as for drilling out bolter barrels, which is exactly what I need. So I'm going to go a little way in. It's hard doing this, getting it right, and it's even harder doing it on telly. But that's not bad actually, it's kind of in the middle. Not quite in the middle, but we can fix that. So keep drilling out. Go for a while. You want to go quite a ways in. And the reason you want to go quite a ways in on these, it won't come out on camera, but that's not. I'll see if I can zoom in. Can I get the camera thing up and zoom in? Let's have a look. Let me have a look. This may all go horribly wrong, but we'll find out. See if I can zoom in for you. Hang on. Zooming in. That's not far off the middle. I'll stay zoomed in for a little bit. So you get basically line it up where you can, as best you think you can. Get it in there and just work away. The reason you want to go quite far down is because you also have these holes on the sides of the barrel here on either side. And again, this is the smallest one in the kit. You can get normal pin vise bits that will be the same. I don't know what size it is though. And that just fits perfectly in that hole in the side. Drill that bit out. Pop, it goes through. Pop through the side. And now you have a barrel that's drilled out at the front and at the sides. Perfect. Now it looks like a proper grown-up gun. Now there's two things you can do once you've done that. You've got your hole at the side and the hole at the front. If you're a little bit off centre, don't panic. All you need to do, because I've done it before where you're way off centre, but as long as you're not gone off out the side of the barrel, all you do is get your knife, and say I've done it a bit to the side so one side was thicker than the other. You just get your knife in there and you just work it round very gently the area that you want to expand out, like that, and that will then widen the hole. You can see there's a little bit there, it's not quite right in the corner. Just very gently just work on that side. I'm not putting any pressure on, and that just drills it out a little bit more so it looks more rounded. You want to go in and file that down to get rid of the remains of that nub. Again, just very gently file that just to flatten it out. Bit of a sand. It's weird being zoomed in, isn't it? Now you might see there on camera, you might not, it's not exactly smooth in there, it's a bit crumbly around the edges where you've got like stuff that I've shaved out or that's been left behind. That's easily fixed. When you've done all your holes, all you need to do is get your Tamiya extra thin, and don't need a lot, just want a little tiny bit. Just run it around the inside of the barrel and run it through that hole there in the side. And all that does is it melts the plastic a little bit and it smooths off any little rough areas. And you can do that for anything. When you've been like cutting something around or hacking away and you've got little rough patches where you've been sanding or drilling or anything like that, just use your extra thin just to smooth it off. Sometimes you'll do this and you'll get little bits of fibres inside the barrel, little fibrous bits of plastic. Just get your brushing and do that, and it'll lay them all down flat, it'll melt them a bit and it'll just smooth it off. So when that's been primed and painted, that will just look like a hollow tube, like it was always a hollow tube to start with, that it didn't start off as a solid piece. And that's how you drill out the barrels. You don't have to do that. It's kind of awesome if you do. I'll zoom the camera back out again. I might stay zoomed in a little bit though. Let's have a look. See if I can zoom back out a little bit. I might stay zoomed in a bit because it means you actually get to see what I'm doing now, and it forces me to stay on target. So that's how you do a barrel. So let that dry, and if you've still got any little fluffy bits inside, you can always go in and give it a bit more of a sand. If it's a big barrel and you've got one, get yourself a round file that's just like a round shape. You can always put that into the barrel and turn it like that, and that will also sand inside the barrel. So that's that bit done. Need to get all these nubs and things off. Nubbage. If I do stab myself now, you'll get close-up stabbo vision. So everybody's a winner. What can possibly go wrong? Now I'm all zoomed in and everything. Okay, so that's quite a big nub, but I don't want to start gouging it, so I'm just going to file that instead. If you want a nice flat surface, just file it instead. I've said before on the other streams, I've started to use these metal files now. I never used to use metal files because I thought they were too destructive to the plastic. But this Warhammer, this Games Workshop plastic is perfect for files. If you're gentle, and if they're a bit old, so they're not quite as sharp and rough as they should be, they come out perfectly. Let's get this pauldron done. I quite like this zoomed in view. The only problem is the quality is not as good because it's a digital camera, so it's zooming in a bit. But it's not perfect. By the way, how has the audio been with the fan on in the background, by the way? Has it been alright? Has it been an annoying hum in the background that you've been able to hear? Let me know. Because if I can have the fan on in here, it makes this much more tolerable. But if it's an annoyance to you for the audio, then I'll just not have it on. So let me know if it's a pain or if you don't even notice it. Give that a sand. For anybody just joining us who joined us recently, if you didn't see the beginning, welcome to Warhammer Sundays, my little weekend series where I work on my Warhammer army, which is an Imperial army themed after the Principality of Zeon from Mobile Suit Gundam, paint-wise, colour-wise. Do feel free to join in the chat, ask questions. I depend on my chat to ask me questions and keep me going and talking. If you would like to take part in the Stream Boss Battle, it's the thing up here, the Stream Boss Battle, that's my health bar. Started off with 100,000. Basically, viewers can knock my health down to 0, and whoever gets me to 0 will win a Warhammer kit, or something similar, if not Warhammer, a Warhammer kit of their choice. And it can be anything from a single figure to a massive box set. As long as it's something you can buy in a Warhammer store or from the Warhammer website, as long as it's not Forge World, anything is fair game. You don't have to just buy one figure, it could be a massive box set. And the way you take my health down is you either do a super chat, which is you hit the little super chat button on the chat window here that you can't see. Hit the little chat window, the little super chat button there, and that pops your comment in chat up in a massive coloured window, and it also pops an alert up on my computer screen so I can't possibly miss your question. You can do a tip jar donation, which is down here, streamlabs.com/modelmakingGuru. You can do a tip of however much you want. That will take my health down. The super chat, every time you do a super chat, that will take some of my health off. The tip jar will take some of my health off. And every time someone subscribes to this channel during the streams, that will also reduce my health. And it's cumulative, so wherever my health finishes today, it will carry on from there next week. So this has been going on for about 3 weeks so far. So it's going to take a while, but once somebody gets me down to 0 health, that person will basically, I will say to them, brilliant, you're the new stream boss, what would you like me to buy you from the Warhammer store? That's it. And it really will be a case of, don't worry about how much it costs, that's all taken care of, just say I want this. Then that person becomes a stream boss, their health starts out at 100,000 or whatever, and then when somebody gets them down to 0, that person becomes a stream boss, and then I buy them a Warhammer kit of their choice. And like I say, it can be anything. It can be a single figure, it can be a Primarch, it can be an Imperial Knight, it could be an entire box set, whatever the modern, I can't remember, is it the Dark Imperium, whatever the modern version of the Dark Vengeance set is. It could be that, it could be the set with 2 knights and some scenery in it. It could be one of the new Knight Castellans, or the big Dreadnought Knight things. Could be a start making set, like, you know, start collecting set, whatever you want. You just say, I want this, and I say, brilliant, it's ordered and it's on the way. And that will swap over. Every time somebody becomes a stream boss, they then get to do that. That's that arm done. Get this arm cleaned up. We're being in chat. Tony Black was off. I needed that. Bye guys, thanks for coming in, Tony, and thank you again for the gifts. I'm sure everybody appreciates those. You star, also Madman. Blood splatter on the lens, gross. Sounds fine, says Lee Gallop about the fan noise. Hadn't noticed a fan, says Zadster. There's a fan on, says Mickle Pickle. Brilliant. That's perfect, because what you're telling me is I can have the fan on and not be shedding £6 across the course of a 3-hour podcast. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Hum reminds me of my cruise. The thing is, if I turn it off, you'll probably still hear a hum anyway, because beyond the hum of my fan blowing air out the window is also the hum of the fan on my PC, which is actually quite loud as well. So there you go. Baneblade, says Ghostland. If you win and you want a Baneblade, you can have a Baneblade. If you win and you want 2 Baneblades, you could have 2 Baneblades. Let's be careful here. That's a kit, not multiple kits. Yeah, if you win and you want a Baneblade, have a Baneblade. The only restriction, like I say, is no Forge World, because the problem with doing I did think about this. If you win and you say I want a particular Forge World kit, then the only real problem with that is that when you get the kit and half the pieces are misshaped or mismolded or broken or they're warped beyond easily repair or anything like that, and all the problems that come with Forge World kits, once I ordered it, it'd be a case of it's ordered, once you get it, it's your problem if it's not right. So yeah, that's why I don't do Forge World, because there's too many issues you can have with the Forge World kit that I wouldn't have anything to do with. Once it was ordered, it's your kit. You'd be responsible for then chasing that up with Forge World for replacement parts and stuff. So I'm just going to stick it to the plastic kits, to the Games Workshop stuff, the Warhammer stuff you get in a store or on the website, and it includes the limited website exclusive stuff that you can only get on the website. PG Gumpler, says Lee Gallop. Quite possibly. I mean, it depends. Obviously, I've done it in such a way that there will be a certain budget. Once the stream boss is done, that will have made a certain amount of money, so there'll be a certain budget to work with. So if it's not a Warhammer kit you're interested in, we can have a conversation. So potentially a perfect grade Gumpler will be an option. You know, you look at some of the big massive box sets, the start playing the game thing with all the parts and like 100 figures. They can be like 100 odd quid. So, you know, big Imperial Knight, the 2 Imperial Knight set might be 100 odd quid. So potentially, if we're after a perfect grade Gumpler, we can have a conversation about it. It doesn't have to be Warhammer. It's just this is a Warhammer stream, so we'll say Warhammer, but it doesn't absolutely have to be. We can have that conversation. Right, so there is Tharms. Tharms of fella. Yeah, ping, ping, ping. So you can glue the arms together and then hope they fit in the right place. That's a joke, Fox, says Lee Gallop. No, it's fair enough. I mean, I've said before, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Warhammer kit. But yeah, just think about it. I mean, you look at some of the perfect grade kits. Like, what's the Strike Rouge now? About 100 quid? That's fine. That'd be alright. Because we certainly have raised enough to buy that. It is budgeted in such a way that it allows for things like that. So if you want a perfect grade Gumpler, you can do. Not clean on these arms, not having specific joining points. I don't know if it's the right way around or not, or angled correctly. We'll have to see when we try and put it on. So I'm going to glue these arms together first, and then see if that gives me access to the chest, to paint the chest. But I want to do this while these are still a little bit movable and sticky, so it all fits perfectly. So I'll glue that arm on there, glue that arm on there, and that would be... This is where it gets a bit tricky now. I need to make sure the arms are lined up properly. What might be easier? Let's just not do that. Let's glue this arm on, because it's fine, it's just a single arm. Let's glue this arm on. This plastic is different. It's not quite... Oh, hello, who was that? That was Scott Sutherland, donated £3. Scott, thank you very much. You're an absolute angel, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's my health gone down a little tiny bit. Glue that one arm on, because I can still get to the rest of him. Then that gives me the freedom to leave the other one off if I need to, depending on... I can wiggle this around a little bit with the Tamiya extra thin. That will fit on there. What I might need to do is it's just making sure I can still get to things like the Aquila. So he's got the little nub on the end of his arm there, which that will glue onto. But I need to make sure everything's in the right position. So what I'm tempted to do is just take that little nub off and not worry about it, because then I've got the freedom to just slide this over the top. It's quite fiddly, getting it exactly right. That would work. Okay, so what I'm going to do, leave that arm glued on. I'll leave that nub on there for now. When I come to glue this arm on, if it's not quite lined up right, I'll just take that little nub off, and then I've got the freedom then just to put this on where I want. It might not line up perfectly, but it'll be fine. It's close enough. Because that's a difficulty. It's kind of like trying to do 3 things at once. You can't do it all at once. Sometimes it's not quite that easy. So, and if there's a little gap between the arm here and the arm there, it's fine, because you're going to cover them with pauldrons anyway. Let's just do that up a little bit. Try that up a bit further. That might fit better. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Similar to the issue I had with the Scions, but not quite. Got to go for a bit, running out to get some lunch for wifey and me. Be back if you guys are still here, says Mr. Cotonic. We've got about half an hour to go, so I think we'll probably have gone by that point, but maybe, you never know. Thank you for coming in. This is quite frustrating, actually, this arm. Because if you were just to follow the instructions and just glue the arms together and then try and put them on the figure, if you've got the 2 parts of the arm too far apart, they wouldn't fit. So you've got no way to know. We'll assume that's going to work for now anyway. If I need to, I can cut that little nub off and fill it some other way. So we've got that arm on. What do we need next? Next is the head. Stick on the bonce. I always like to have the head in different positions on all the different dudes. Do it on camera. On different dudes. Doing different things. That's his head in. Oh, no, not straightforward. That's boring. Try not to have them looking straight forward, because that's a bit lifeless. You get like 10 dudes and they're all kind of just looking straight ahead. This is a bit boring. You want to have them doing interesting things with their pointing of faces. I'll try and just see now there's a bit more time to dry. It's just that nub on the arm that's kind of getting in the way. I see where it wants to go. Kind of. Oh, what was that? That was Flame Haze Girls has subscribed. Thank you very much, Flame Haze Girls. You have helped my health go down a little bit, which is great, because that's putting somebody close to winning a kit of their choice. Yeah, I'm not happy with that little nub on the end there. I might have to work on that and take that off a little bit, but we'll figure it out later. Push it a little bit further. In fact, that's just going to come off, isn't it? It's actually not sticking that well. I think they've changed the plastic on these, because this plastic doesn't seem to be quite as tacky straight away. It takes longer for the glue to actually have an effect, which is weird. It's very strange. See, that's still completely flexible and floppy. Whereas normally, extra thin would have eaten into that now and welded it all together. Even with me moving it around like that. So there's something different about this polystyrene. They've changed something somewhere. They've definitely changed something somewhere. I mean, it does give us nice crisp. That's better. It does give us nice crisp looking models. I'll give them that. Right, I think we're on a winner with that particular specific position there. So we'll leave that there. Let's have a look. Hey Fox, are you going to get the Renegade box, the one with the 2 knights? The Renegade box? Yes, I probably will, because I need to get 2 more knights anyway. So hopefully it's not a limited edition thing or a time restricted. I need to get 2 more knights, and there's no point spending 85 or 90 quid on 2 more knights when I can buy 2 knights for whatever it's going to cost, 100 and something quid. 2 knights for less than the cost of 2 knights, he says, knocking the camera. So yes, I most likely would. I just don't know when yet, because it's not something I can afford right now. Gotta go, see you Monday. Thanks for coming in, Dave, says Butcher That Model. See you Monday evening for E-Model Shenanigans. I will indeed. Thank you very much for coming in. Enjoy your mixed grill. Fox, is there a kit you would really like to have a go at? Don't know. There's loads, really. I sometimes regret selling my Perfect Grade Strike kit to Perfect Grade Strike Rouge kit that I had to Tony, because I just thought I'd never get around to it, so I sold it to Tony. Don't know really. I've never really. The difficulty to me is I always think I really want to make that kit, and then as soon as I start getting or I get the kit, ooh, John Secretor. For some reason that didn't pop it up on here, but John Secretor, thank you very much for that, John. Most kind of you. Didn't get a pop-up for that for some reason. Very strange. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was a delay, wasn't it? Thank you very much for that, John. Most kind of you. I don't know why there was a massive delay between it coming up here. That's what happens when you do a super chat, by the way, guys. It comes up in a big blue box, so I can't miss it. And it comes up as an audio thing on screen. But that's easy. If you've got a question you want to ask me, and it's anything important, you can do a super chat, and that way I'll see it. Also, takes a bit of my health down. Whoa, my health's getting quite low now. Kit I'd love to make. I don't know. There's always one that I want to make that I've not got, and then as soon as I get it, I want something else instead, so it's difficult to say. Right, I need to add. Dude, I need to add a thing with another thing, and do a thing with that thing. I need to add. I can add a pauldron on one side. That's not a problem. I might leave that arm alone for a little bit. I need to add the scope on his rifle because we're all having the whatever they are scopes. So to answer Gary Moore's question, it's hard for me to say I absolutely want to do a particular kit that I'd love to do. I don't know. There's too many of them, I think. There's millions of them. Lee Gallup, would you ever do the perfect grade full armor unicorn? No, I've done enough unicorns. I'm bored of unicorns now. I never finished my master grade one. I've done the mega size one. No, I don't want to do a unicorn again. I like the unicorn, but I don't like it that much that I'm going to keep doing it over and over. My favourite suit is the Strike by far. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to get the scope off his weapon, don't I? Which is that one. So it's really hard to say what model kit would you love to make. See, I really wish that I had been able to keep that big Space 1999 Eagle Transporter. I was watching back the video the other day just for one reason or another, and I really was dead sad. I really wish I hadn't had to give that away, but I did, because it was E-Models, filmed for them, and it was their kit, so I had to give it back so it can go on display in their store. But yeah, I kind of wish I could have that again, but I don't want to make it again. That's the thing. I don't really want to make a kit more than once, unless somebody's paying me. So I don't know. I'd probably like to do a perfect grade strike at some point. Maybe the Strike Rouge with the Ale Strike pack, because that's got the Ale Strike pack on it. So I'd say I definitely want to make that one at some point. The kind of trying to think about kits that make you moist with anticipation, that kind of thing. Haha, no way, Lee, says Jordan Nash. Yeah, you know me too well, Jordan. I'm going near a perfect grade unicorn. I don't get why the unicorn is so popular, says Richard Gibbs. I don't know. I've watched the series and I did like it. I didn't like the unicorn, and then I watched Gundam Unicorn, the full series, and that was quite good. And then I kind of grew to like it a bit. But it's been spammed now. It's been spammed so much. You see it everywhere. Everything is the unicorn. It's like, can we just move on to something else now, please? Please, just not the unicorn anymore. I wish there was kits that I wish that were made that aren't made. I wish there was a perfect grade heavy arms. I'd buy that in a heartbeat. Perfect grade heavy arms? Yeah, I'm built for that. It was the first gunpla I ever made, heavy arms. It was a joy. PG heavy arms would be sweet. I'd be all over that like a rash. Am I doing this on camera, by the way? I'm out of shot, I don't know. Do tell me. Foxx, at least you have the master grade to play with. Master grade... Oh yes, the strike, yes. Well, not to play with for long, Jordan. I'm sure I have to give it to someone at the end. I'm sure it needs to go somewhere. For those who don't know, Jordan is one of my Patreon supporters, and the Master Grade Strike Rouge Uotori that I'm building at the minute is actually his reward as a patron. Those that you don't know, I do have a Patreon page. It's down there, patreon.com/modelmakingguru, where if you wish, it's entirely optional. If you wish, you can help support this channel. It gives me my source. My main source of income is my Patreon supporters. There's various advantages to being a monthly patron. It's basically a monthly pledge. One of them is at the top tier. If you support me for 12 months, I build a master grade kit of your choice, or a Warhammer kit of your choice, with certain restrictions. I build and paint a master grade kit. So the Strike Rouge Uotori that I'm doing right now is Jordan's Patreon reward, which is cool because it just happens to be my favourite mobile suit, the Strike. So I was like, I said, right, what kit do you want me to build you? And I'm sitting there thinking, please don't say the unicorn or something I really don't want to build, please. And he's like, yeah, I'd like the Strike, please. Yes! Kick ass! He shoots, he scores. So, yeah, so that's his reward. There are various rewards for being a Patreon supporter. If you'd like to help out, please do feel free. You're more than welcome to go and check it out. You don't have to. If you'd rather not commit to something like that, I say I've got the tip jar, which is just there. If you prefer just a one-off thing, that's absolutely fine. Normal heavy arms or endless waltz heavy? I think normal heavy arms, because as I say, that's what the first thing I made, and I fell in love with it at that point. So I think the normal heavy arms in its normal colour scheme would be mint. I'd love to do that in a perfect grade. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Alright, is that going to fit? That will fit. I think. Can I paint the acrylic? Can I get that? Maybe not. Yeah, we'll leave that arm off for now. We'll leave that arm off for now. Luckily, it's the kind of thing. Gluing the arms on after it's been painted is fine. You just need a dot of the thick glue, get it in place, and very carefully get some extra thin in there. With the Tempesta Scions, because the arms are in two parts, you saw the trouble I had just gluing two arms on. Imagine now that was 4 pieces, 2 pieces for each arm. You'd never do it if the Tempesta Scion was painted. I don't recommend it. I actually managed to find the perfect grade full armor add-on kit. It's actually sitting somewhere in my scary backlog. Yeah, the guys at Japan Cool had one for a while. Give any thoughts doing battle reports vlogging your tabletop games, says John Sequitur. I've never played. This is my first ever army. I've only recently got into Warhammer, and I'm loving it, absolutely loving it to bits. And my hope is that at some point I will go to actually try out the game, because I'm a model maker, so my absolute joy is making the models. But I would like to actually give it a try. Now, my manager at my local games workshop and my local Warhammer store said, once your army's up and running, anytime, just bring them in. Well, I'll give you some training games. And I'm like, yeah, brilliant, thank you. But other than that, I don't know anybody that plays. None of my friends have any interest in model making, let alone playing Warhammer. So, and there's no real local scene around here. There's one club locally, I've said this before, there's one club locally that does Warhammer, but they also do lots of board games and other things. So Warhammer's like a little tiny constituent, and I'm not really into all that stuff. So there's no one around here that plays that I know, so I want to get into playing the game when I finish my army. I think I'd really enjoy it. I've watched people playing it and it looks fantastic. And I've forgotten what I'm doing now. I need to give them some more bits, don't I? I think I can put that Pauldron on now. 69. Okay, I see. So yes, I would love to play it, but I don't know if that will ever happen. So I just there's no real local scene, and I don't know personally I know anybody that actually plays it. So I wouldn't really want to just walk into a group and say, "Hey, I've never played before. Can I play?" Because you might get some good people teaching you. You might get assholes teaching you. Jordan Nash, hey Fox, how would you feel about a Master Grade Banshee at the 24 months? Banned. I don't want to make a unicorn ever again if I can avoid it. If I have to, I will, but if I can avoid it in any way. Yeah. Actually, it's not that... The thing is itself, it's not that bad to make. It's just, I think it's because I was building the Master Grade full armour and all the weapons and everything else. And I think I just got burnt out on it. And with the white one, it's very hard to weather, because the problem with the unicorn is it looks best clean, and I don't normally do clean models, so I wouldn't really, you know, have a major problem with doing another unicorn, because it wasn't a bad kit to build, not a massive build. But yeah, the full armour, I don't think I want to do the full armour again. I was answering a question and it's moved. Oh yeah, battle reports and vlogging. Yeah, so at some point I would love to actually play the game, and I'm sure I will at some point. I just don't know anybody at the moment that would do that. So I've got a choice of a blank Pauldron for that arm, and that's it, deal with it, and a choice of all the other Pauldrons for that arm. So it seems to want to be 69 for that left Pauldron, so we can do that. We can do 69 only. Nice round number. So I'll glue this Pauldron on because his arm's glued in. I think I've got it all in the right position now. But yeah, I'd love to play the game. I'd love to. I say I've watched people playing videos, and I've watched, you know, games on the Warhammer channel, and other people do the battle reports and stuff. And it looks like, and I've had like a very, very quick, like 2-minute introduction game, which was just like 5 dudes. At my local Warhammer store, and they're really nice there. The guys at the store are brilliant. They say, we don't really care what you bring in, painted, unpainted, custom built, we don't give a damn. Just bring in your models and we'll play. We'll teach you. But I'm one of those people that I learn by doing, but I'm also very put off by if I've got somebody who's a really experienced player and I'm trying to learn, and I'm having to go through the book every time I do anything, because I want to learn from basic first principles, and I know they just want to play a game, so it's like, I just feel kind of like a bit of a burden. So I'd rather learn with somebody I know who can teach me, but I don't know anybody. So what are you going to do? You're going to do nothing. That's what you're going to do. I'm sure I will at some point. I really want to, because then I would love to do like vlogs and battle reports, because that'd be brilliant. Because I think if I got playing, I think I'd kind of be like Duncan from Warhammer TV, in that everything will be about glory and charging and hashtag charge everything, but I'd actually in reality suck ass, and I'd probably die miserably every time, but I'd have a great time doing it. It's all about the fun. Same, I have you to thank for it, by the way, says John Sequitur. I've forgotten what the origin of that comment was now. The Unicorn Real Grade's a really good kit. You would love it. No, it's too small. Hey, do you watch Ants Canada? Hey, do you watch Ants Canada? Ants Canada. What's Ants Canada? There seem to be tons of channels that do bat reps out of the UK, but it'd be rad to see your work deployed on one of them, said John Sequitur. Yeah, I think it might take me a while to get this army actually finished, though. Let's just be honest here. I think what I'd love to do is get the army fully finished first before I even go that far. because hopefully what it will give me a chance to do, because it's going to take me months to get all these guys painted and all the knights and stuff. It's going to be a big army. I've got my Tempestus Scions, I've got a load of Astra Militarum, I've got these guys, I've got some Death Watch Space Marines that I'm going to paint up just because they were given to me. I've got some Terminators, I've got a Dreadnought, I've got my Lehman Russ, I'm going to have 3 Knights, a Valkyrie. I'm going to build it up because that'll give me enough months and months and months to get all this done. And then hopefully by the time I've got it all built, I'll have picked up enough people that somebody somewhere will say, I play and I'm local to you, so come round and we'll have a game or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Oh goody, it's almost my bedtime and someone just started up their lawnmower, says Nim Cinderin. Ooh. Yeah. Pain in the arse, that. Oops. Right, so that's that. I need to give him... Do we want to do lots of bits of little frilly add-ons for him now, or shall I just get everybody built up to the basic and then go and do the frilly add-on? I think we might do the frilly add-ons like the purity seals and bits once I've got everybody built up. I just have to build a whole mess of arms and shiz and that. Okay. Alrighty, well that's pretty cool. So what I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and get all the arms stuck on and things ready before I start putting the accessories on. I'm going for some of them I'll leave the arms off so I can paint the chest and the Aquilas better. And like I say, gluing this on afterwards is great. If you're going to do that with your figures, by the way, my advice is when you come to paint these guys, just put a tiny little blob of blue tack or masking fluid here on the bit where the arm attaches, only a little bit, and then when it's all painted and finished you just rub that off, or take the blue tack off or rub off the masking fluid. You've got a little bit of bare plastic, you've got some bare plastic there, and you've got that. Don't try and glue 2 painted things together, always have it. I'll do it on camera. You didn't see any of that, did you? What an idiot. If you're doing arms later and you want to paint the figures, put a little tiny blob of blue tack or masking fluid on the bit where the arm joins. Ow! Camera. And same on the inside of the arm. So that when you finish painting it, you can rub that off, take the blue tack off, little tiny dot of the thick glue, pop it in, and you've got plastic on plastic then, which will grip. Don't ever try and glue something together when both surfaces are painted, because all the glue will do is make a mess of the paint and not grip. The glues need plastic to weld together. So I'll use the thick glue for that because I don't want it to run everywhere. So we'll get them all painted up first. So what I shall do is, it is coming up to 10 to 5. I think we shall leave it there. So I've got all these. So I'm going to get all these guys done. I'll get all the weapons and stuff either glued on if I can paint them around it, or if not, I'll have them stuck on the bottom. I'll get all the accessories put on, so that when we come to next week's show, I'm not sure what we'll do next week's show because I've got the tank with the anti-aircraft things. The name I've forgotten. The Wyvern, I think it is. I've got to build that, and I've got to build the Valkyrie, and I might do some of the Valkyrie build on the stream. It's just that obviously some of it I'll need to do painting and stuff before I finish, but I'll paint the interior first, so I might do that off stream, I might do it on the stream, we'll see. So there's still tons to do, and then once all the buildings done, these are done, the Wyvern's done and the Valkyrie's done, I can't afford to buy any more at the moment, so I'm going to stop there, and that's when we'll have to start doing the painting. And I haven't yet figured out exactly how we're going to do live streaming the painting. It might be that we have the camera down here somewhere, quite low, quite close, because I need to get quite close with my eyes and my space helmet of seeing to see what's going on. So it might be when we do the painting stuff it comes down here somewhere, you can see it sideways. I'll figure something out. I don't want the camera to be in the way of the brush on my head, so I've not figured that out yet. And that won't be when I'm doing the painting, by the way. That's when I get interesting, because when I'm doing the painting I really won't be able to look at the chat very much. Yeah. Let's have a look. Fox Ants Canada is a YouTube channel about ants. Oh, okay. It's got ants. I like ants. It's got Canada. I'm definitely going to watch anything with Canada. I shall watch it. Mickle Pickle. This is Mickle Pickle's oldest son, and I'm about to take on the Tallgeese real grade. My dad got me into kit building, and I love your show, man. You're hilarious and very educational for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dude. I'm glad you enjoy it. I like it when younger builders get involved. And your dad's awesome for giving you the Tallgeese real grade. So I'll do my thumbs on camera. So thumbs up to you for doing it. I'm going to zoom out a bit because it's zoomed in now, aren't we? Hang on. Where's my thing? Make it a bit better. So awesome to you for making that and being into it, and awesome to your dad for sorting that out for you. 10 to 6. Yeah, he lost an hour somewhere. We're normally going for 3 hours, don't we? It's 10 to 6, isn't it? Is it not 10 to 6? I've been going for 3 hours. It's normal. If you're building that, you have to get at least 10 HG LEDs to go with it, says Vincent at Mr. Lowe's Model Making. You get really into it and all of a sudden it's the next day, says Asda. Yes. Mickle Pickle says yes, then we can have an army. Awesome. What else have I missed in the thing? So I'm just talking about 3D printing stuff. Ants Canada. I shall look up Ants Canada. Jordan Nash says, so is it noon too early to open a Four Loko? Dude, if you're drinking Four Loko, there is no too early to open a Four Loko. If you're drinking a Four Loko, it's not the kind of question you need to ask, really, is it? We don't get a Four Loko here, but I'm aware of what it was. I wish 3D printing prices would drop. I'd love to make a cutaway interior for the Corvette, says Zadster. Oh, that's where somebody says they can print it off. Vincent says, Nimcinder, I'm looking at the box, mate. I've got it right here. Heavy Arms Master Grade Endless Waltz. Movie edition is red. Heavy Arms Custom, that one's blue. Yeah, it's the, in that case, it's the red and orange one that I would make if it was a perfect grade. I mean, just repaint it, but if I remember rightly, the custom one, that's the one with 4 Gatlings, isn't it? The blue one has 4 Gatlings, whereas the movie version Endless Waltz is just 1 Gatling. Or one, is it double Gatling? I can't remember. There's pictures of it up on my website anyway. Modelmakingguru.com. It's my first ever Gunpla, that. It was done as a commission and I enjoyed every minute of it. It got me into Gunpla. Right. You said 10 to 5, said Zaz. Did I? Sorry, I meant 10 to 6. It is 10 to 6. Right, so that's going to do us. So I'll get these guys finished off. I'll do as much as I can later on today anyway, and a bit more next Saturday. What's up and coming? I'm about to start filming episode 1 of the Strike Rouge Autori Master Grade build. Like I've said before, that's going to be a Patreon exclusive series. So patrons will get the full build series episodes, how I do everything and waffling for an hour. Non-patrons will still get like a little 5 or 10 minute update video each time, just saying what we're up to and showing what progress we've made. If you want to be able to watch the full videos, just pop along to patreon.com/modelmakingguru, become a patron. Have a look at that, and then you'll get access. But I'm going to start that this Monday. I've been doing all the denubbing and stuff, so I'm going to start the actual filming probably Monday or Tuesday. What else? That'll be the main build going forward for the moment. Once that's done, I think you guys pressured me on Tuesday. You guys kind of bullied me into it, but I'm not complaining. You guys kind of pressured me into doing, after I've done the Strike Rouge Autori, it's going to be the high grade Kshatriya. The high grade Kshatriya will be the next one after that, and that'll be everybody can watch that. And the only reason I'm doing the Strike Rouge Patreon exclusive is because it's Patreon reward. So, but yes, that will be the high grade Kshatriya. I don't know what colours I'm going to do that yet. It won't be won't be the standard colours. It'll be a special colour scheme that I will pull out of my ass at the last minute, which is what I always do. Don't forget, of course, tomorrow, Monday, is the eModels live stream. So it's emodels.co.uk/live. Most of you probably know it anyway. Me, Ted and Chris, although Ted won't be with us again. He'll be in the chat probably, but not the video, because he's still in the process of getting everything set up in his new house. So me and Chris. And I have to warn you, Chris has given me permission to do what's in store. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. What else? Yes, so don't forget, of course, for the giveaway, we are giving away, just to remind you, we are giving away the Longbow Apache, the Revell 148 Longbow Apache. If you want to win this, all you have to do is, once this stream is finished, give it 10 or 15 minutes, and then find the video of this stream on my channel, which will be on the front page, stick a comment on that. Try and make a comment that makes helicopter noises. What do helicopter noises sound like? Or something, make it amusing, or just put any comment, it doesn't matter. Any comment at all, and I will pick a winner either during next Sunday's stream, or if not, just before. I'll see if I can get the screen capture thing to work. I couldn't get it to work today. If you've won a sticker today, again, don't forget to send me an email to my email address, which is here. Oops. hang on, which is here, modelmakingguru@gmail.com, with your name and address, and tell me you won a sticker and I'll send one out to you. If you won the pot noodle cups, send me your name and address, phone number for postage, and say in the email that you won either the black one, if you're, who was it, Scuba Steve? Who was it now that won? I wrote it down. Scuba Steve won the black one, so I won the black pot noodle cup, and it was Pinky Coffee Boat who won the green one. So again, you put down that you won the green one, name, address and phone number, and I'll get those all out. And as always, like I say, I don't send them out straight away. I do go to the post office once or twice a month, so it might be a week or two before I send them out, but as soon as they go out, I'll let you know. I'll pop you a mail with the tracking number, because I always send them signed for. So I think that's going to do us. Let's have a look. Is there a theme for tomorrow, says Gerwin Moore. I was debating whether to do a theme like single-celled organisms, or the joy of chlorophyll, or something like that. I don't know, we'll figure something out. Vincent says, I might need to renew my Patreon then, haha. Vincent says, yeah, exactly right, Heavy Arms Custom has the double Gatlings on each arm. Chris says, sorry all, when I said that I'd been given permission to do the What's in Store. He might rein me in, it might all be Gumpler, it might be the most bizarre thing, but at least three people last week on eModel Stream said they didn't mind the half horse that I did. So, I was vindicated, so I'm allowed to do it again this week. It's all going to be really small stuff then at Gross Model, says Vincent. The theme is half a horse, says Adster, there you go. It's like Eric the half a bee. But I think that's going to do us. So I'd just like to say thank you, as always, to everybody who's watched today, everyone who's been in the live chat as well. Thank you so much for taking part. Those of you who've done little donations and tips and super chats and stuff, thank you so much. It's awesome. I really count on your support. And as always, to my patrons, because my patrons keep me going. This is my day job. This is my job now. And I absolutely depend on the support of my patrons and people that do tips and donations and things like that. So without you guys, I'd be unemployed and looking for a job. So I am super, super grateful to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining the chat. Remember, this is open. The giveaway for the helicopter is open to everybody. So even if you're watching this not live, I'm not going to pull the winner till next Sunday. So stick a comment on the video. But that's going to do us. So until next time, I've got to get ready to press all the buttons. And it's all going to go wrong. So until next time, thank you everybody. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. Yes, you there. You there. You, that man there. Be awesome. And if you can, while I'm trying to pad out time while I'm hunting for all the different things I need to click on, if you can, make sure to eat some crickets. Try some insects today. You'd be surprised how good all that nonsense actually is. They are really nice. So, anyway, I'm trying to fudge things while I get everything ready for the ending. Anyway, yes, I shall shut up. So, it just remains for me to say thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you next week.